Oh, the mic thing. All right, there we go. All right, I should be able to hear me now. Just double check. Y'all can hear me, right? Can now? All right, good, good, good. Yeah, I think I had it muted on accident from whatever I streamed last, which was like, I don't even remember. It's been like 2.5 weeks, I think. But still been active somewhat in the Discord. Posted a new playlist the other day. But in terms of SPY levels right here, right now, guys, you do have some good lower highs. You do have a good break of a good area. So probability definitely says we're probably going down towards 535s if we don't get a retake here, which you've already seen once. You've seen us lose this area once, retake it, and no real trend developed from it, but they did hold for a while. So kind of keeping that in mind that we're not actually at a new low of day. But a good break of a good area has happened, and there's a pretty good trend for the day to the downside. So probability does say we should probably go down a little bit more from here to the end of the day. Unless we get a retake of the 540s, basically. So it's a good little super basic plan to keep in mind. You're halfway through the theory playlist. That's actually insane, because it's almost like I need to go recount again, but it's like 4 hours or just under 4 hours or just over 4 hours. It's a good amount of time. That's insane that you're already halfway through it. I did look at the views the other day, and I saw some of the videos started picking up. I was like, okay, they're clicking on it. I didn't expect it to get like crazy views or anything, but I was looking at the time thing because I was trying to see like, are they watching all of it or what's up? Because they are some pretty long videos, so I could totally see why someone would watch just like one or two of them and then watch, the rest of them whenever. That's insane though. Glad to hear it. And yeah, I had a lot of fun making that. I had to make it twice, so I actually did it. So it was actually over like 8 hours of recording, but the first half wasn't actually recorded. I'm going to just flick through the weights real quick. So I fixed this watch list on the left. These are the top 20 weights of SPY currently in order, unless something changed today, but I don't know. It's not really going to be the end of the world if so. But Apple, you can see here they have, and there's a lot of, there's a rising theme too that a lot of people seem to forget. We do have earnings coming up for a lot of stocks. And that's really going to be what probably sets the next tone for market direction. We're kind of already on the back end of tariff this, tariff that. In terms of right here, right now, I'm not saying that's the last time you're going to hear tariff. You're going to hear that 1,000 more times. But you're definitely going to hear it a lot less until earnings season probably coast over. And then we'll probably hear it a lot more right after that. And if those do collide, we do get some more tariff changes, which we shouldn't get any more changes yet. At the same time during earnings season, then you'll probably have an even more volatile market. Just as volatile as y'all seen just recently with the record weeks of going up and down all within the same couple of days. It's pretty crazy. What's up, buddy guy? Good afternoon. What's up, Nick, Maddie, Chuki, Dr. J, Keith, Nick, Sand Dollar, good to see you. John G, Carter, Dondu, good to see you all. I gotta like fix where my mic is resting. There we go. I think that's fine. You can see here a lot of weights are pulling back. I haven't even gotten to the first 5 or 6, and you can see it's just a lot of bearish looking charts. There's a lot of new lows being made as I'm clicking through them. So kind of adding into the whole, I think we're probably going to keep heading down till the end of the day theory. And that again is based on SPY being under that area, as well as us having lower highs at the same time. And kind of keeping in mind that we do need to see an actual new low of day, which is trying to happen right now. Just because we have already done this once and they failed. So if you get a good close under here, probably a good chance that we are going to see the lows of pre-market at the very worst, I'd say. So Lows of pre-market are very possible. So I said 535s, but it's really like lows of 536s. The meat of the lows from previous day are 535s. So 536s if we dump from here. And like we said, if you do get any kind of retake of this, it's still not really bullish. I'm throwing air quotes like you can see me. Until we get over 540. So should see some more continuation down here end of day. And real quick, let me switch my screens because I actually started streaming on the wrong monitor. Let me just move my chart over to the other screen real quick. That's not how I do that. One second. I'm sorry. One second. Oh, fuck. Oh. I think I did it. I hope y'all can see my screen now. We're on the other monitor now. What was I at? I was on Avgo, I think. I don't know if any of you have more than one monitor, but I swear sometimes when I open up Thinkorswim, it doesn't pop up on the same monitor every time. Which is weird, because I feel like it should. Damn, Netflix. Netflix doing some movement today. Walmart finally slowed down. I don't know if y'all even saw the post yesterday in chat, but Walmart's been kind of on fire. Some of the healthcare stock not doing too bad either. This is the craziest chart in my opinion. It kind of sucks earnings is getting closer and closer, but this is a huge watch for me. I have alerts set for if this ever actually pops. Same thing for this level, because if we ever get any good outside moves of these, or even an inside of the range move that rejects this or holds this, you could get some really good movement on this chart before earnings. So this is a really good top watch as well. I don't know what everyone else is watching, but that's a good one to keep on the back burner, I think. What other tickers, though, is everyone looking at? I haven't really been seeing what everyone's looking at, but I know the general idea for more of the popular tickers, but any special names that might not be on everyone's mind? I know everyone's looking at probably like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, you know, the usuals, but is there anything different anyone has in their head or has in mind? What's up, Lag the Death? How you doing, man? How are you doing? Alive. Man, Carter, I am actually impressed. I keep thinking about it. I'm like, damn, this dude's actually halfway through that playlist, because that's a lot of content. I really hope that people watch that too, because like, I really did make that for the whole idea of like not having to do one-on-ones and like all that stuff, because it does take up a lot of time, and everyone's different. They all think that they all have different issues. Than like every time someone approaches me and they're like, yo man, can you help me with this? I think I'm struggling with this. And you talk to them about it. In their head, they think they're the only person in the world who has ever dealt with that exact issue. Like, and it's like, no, dude, like there's so many people across the years in chat who have dealt with that exact same thing. So that's why I made that playlist of videos, because now anyone can just, well, not anyone, but the course owner / lifetime guys, like they can click on that stuff and just go through it. And I'll try to add more in the future, but that is a majority of it right there. I made sure to code over it twice before I uploaded it. He's setting the standard. I'm still having hiccups, so I need it. Oh, you still have hiccups? That sucks. Someone used to tell me the stupidest trick ever. If you say mayonnaise, apparently that will stop you from hiccuping. I think that's full of shit. I would never believe that in my life. Still to this day, I don't. Oh, hiccups. Oh, I'm stupid. I mean, you're gonna have hiccups, though. You gotta realize that's natural. Like, I think, and that's the thing I'm trying to get at. Like, everybody who has these, like, small struggles, they think, like, oh, I experienced a loss, like, twice on this style of trade. It's like, I think I'm struggling now. It's like, calm down. I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying, like, that's how most people react. 1 second. My bad. My brother was knocking on the door. But for hiccups, ask people the past meals they have had in backwards order. Ask people... Wait, I gotta read what you just said twice. Ask people the past meals they have had in backwards order. Does that actually work? Is this like superstition? Why have I never heard of that before? Hold your breath, it helps. I've heard that one. I've heard hold your breath, or like hold your breath, count to something, swallow. Like, I've heard like all that stuff, but I've never heard that one. What you have for lunch, then for breakfast, then dinner last night, and so on. I have done it to too many. Damn, that's... Maybe it works. I'll have to try that. I mean, I don't have hiccups right now, but next time I have hiccups, I will try that. You just walk up to some stranger, ask me these questions. I'm glad you hear that, though, Carter. But just remember, context, probabilities, like creating them in your head so you can point it out on the chart. And I try to, and I don't know why I say hammer home or whatever that stupid saying is. I say like 100 times in that playlist. When I'm saying that, I'm meaning like I'm covering the same points like across that entire playlist a lot. Like, there are a lot of things that I repeat a bunch, and I'd say one of them would be risk to reward, like trading closest to your level as you can. Like I hate when people are like, should I grab puts here, Bueller? It's like, you should have been thinking about that around here, over here, before it actually broke something, something that had good risk to reward. Being an open entry buyer or seller down here isn't really going to be that awesome. It's going to feel like shit because you're going to pay more for a contract and you have lower probability of that contract profiting because you have to get a good move out of it. And I think when people think like good move, they think like, I need this candle. Like, yeah, that'd be cool if you got that candle. I would definitely love that for you, for someone who's trying to short. But like, ideally, you're not gonna get this every time we're looking for a good trade, and like, it's not fair to look at the 5-minute because like we're obviously not gonna be trading the 5-minute. We're gonna be using our 5-minute to maybe help us see something. And what the hell? Oh, it went back to these charts. Oh, okay, here's my levels. I've been just using... I don't know. I need to just fix my chart, but I keep using the Leland one. It's been a good, like, disciplined reminder for me to mark not as many levels, but to focus on the most impactful levels. So sometimes it requires me to, like, delete a bunch or, like delete my whole screen and then redo it again just to kind of, like, remind myself what is this level or why is that there or why was that impactful. It's almost like I retell the story of the chart to myself just to make sure I understand what the hell I'm looking at, because sometimes it can be crazy. But like I was saying, though, like on your 5-minute, like you're using this to help get your setup, and this is for like scalping. I would never do this for like... I wouldn't do this on any longer term trade than anything you're trying to get in and out of within like 20-30 minutes, or within that hour. I would definitely not go beyond that for sure. But Yeah. That playlist is fun though. I hope you enjoy it. Cuz it's nice cuz like people like you, Carter, like you're a perfect example, but like people who already understand like how to draw the levels, what they are, you know, stuff like that. Now it's about, okay, but what's the thinking behind it? And that's what that's for. Like it's for that next step. And that's why I didn't really like charge anything extra for anything, cuz it's like this is something we go over in the streams a lot. I just wanted to have an organized playlist for it because I know there's people who can't just join whenever I stream. I've had so many people be like, yo, what's this or that? And I'm like, how do you not know this? I literally talk about this all the time in my streams. And they're like, oh, well, I can't join your streams. I'm busy, or I'm at work, or I can't because the times are weird, or, you know, stuff like that. And I get it. I've said it 1,000 times. Personally, me, I wouldn't go back and watch my streams either. Some of them, unless you know what the streams are, because in the first like 90 minutes you could sit there and actually get something out of it, but then after that I kind of teeter off and we just like kind of chill, and there's some small updates here and there, but we definitely have our fun after that to kind of relax. But I don't expect someone to go back and review every minute of every stream. It's just insanity. So that's what that playlist is there for, and it's really nice. But it's for people like you though, for people like that in chat. We have a lot of people like that. There's tons of people like that in my chat who are either they're young and they're just super busy, or they're older and they're busy. It doesn't matter. You can definitely see it's definitely the more mature person who's in my chat. It feels like it most of the time. Like I'm probably one of the more immature people in my own chat, that's probably how it should be. So we know the limitations here. I think a big thing is trusting your own understanding, and I'm telling you, that's what it most of the time comes down to. Because, like on today, I think today you could have also said, let me just jump this one to the daily, or we'll do this one to the daily, keep the 5-minute going. But like even like right here, like I'm not saying you should be guessing on what the next day is trying to do, but I think it's really easy to at least say, like, after this amount of downside movement, this quick upside return, and of course we know that's because of the news, but that doesn't matter. Like you could literally get all of this memorized without a single piece of news going through your head. Like you could go out and be curious for the reasoning on all these movements. That's great, but you really don't need to. But what you can look at and see is, okay, well, we just had all this movement. Like after seeing this amount of movement, you should be thinking we should get at least 1 or 2 inside bars. Like no way we don't get at least one, right? We get one the very next day. Next day after that, it's a slightly green session, nothing crazy. So what are these 2 days seen as then? Right? We're kind of towards like the resistance of our recent highs, but we're still over where we could see bulls bouncing from. So what are we seeing then right here? We're just seeing a natural rejection of our current range. Is this our current range for the entirety of the stock market? No. I mean, you could definitely include the lows, definitely include where we dropped from. This could be your overall range. But in terms of like where we are right here, right now, we're kind of stuck between almost like a halfway point and our recent highs. That's basically what we're stuck between right now. It's almost like nobody understands or knows what's coming next. This could be people, you know, on the sidelines, not wanting to trade, lower volume. It could be bigger money repositioning. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure that out. I'm not going to, you know, procrastinate. But I'm going to sit here and I'm going to at least be able to notice, oh, okay, I could definitely expect some not as volatile sessions because we've had so many in a row. It's not like, it's just using logic. It's not even like anything further than that. Now, it's kind of funny too, because like you could even use less levels than I have right now and probably get a more impactful chart. But were you doing this for example's sake? It is nice to get that low while we're talking about it, but I will probably delete this after. But I wanted to at least look at it, because it's nice. You could see the same conversation here. We finally get a good move down. It breaks a good level. We retake it. It's a very ugly price action follows after. And it kind of feels like that's like the whole market right now. It feels like that's the whole opinion of the market is we probably all feel shitty about it, but we don't want to enter anymore because we've already had so much downside movement. As I posted the other day, the Mag 7 is at its cheapest valuations it's been in over 2 years. That's crazy. Nick Filla, that's a good ass question. I should make it available for the YouTube guys. You know what? Yes, it is going to be available. Great fucking question, Nick. That didn't cross my mind a single time, yet I've clicked on my own channel like a bajillion times. Good question. I'm actually so glad you asked that. Let me go at it right now, actually. Post. Membership. Only for the members, though, not for the... These are for, like, the people who have been here doing it, because, like, I didn't want to, like, post this publicly, and people are like, what the hell is he talking about? And then be like, well, you gotta watch all this and that, and do this and that. You know, it feels like I'm, like, it's like I'm trying to trap them into watching more of my videos, but that's not the point of that. This is literally for those people who, like, who need that extra push. You know, they already know the levels. They understand, yeah, I get the levels. I understand what they are, how I get them. But what next? You know, the understanding behind it. Not just the strategy or the templates. Like, I feel like that can be feel too robotic. So that's what this playlist is for. It's a little bit more human. The actual approach and understanding behind everything. Because it really has annoyed me how many strategies have popped up over the years, and they are literally a copycat of mine. And so I've really enjoyed making this playlist because it really does show the difference between my strategy and other people's, that my strategy is not just levels. I hate that people will be like, and I've said it too, I can't sit there and be like, I hate when people do that. But I've literally called myself the levels guy, but we're not just the levels people, like, people. We're a race of levels now. I'm getting way off topic here. But it's really nice to have all of that because it'll show you, like, just because someone can copy my levels and copy all that, that doesn't mean they're going to get the understanding behind it. And it's insane. Like, the probability, like, you should be able to look at this and be like, we should go down to here if we break this. You know, just that level of thinking is, like, too much for most people because they can't put that trust into saying something like that. And to having, but to have a good strategy, you have to have that in your system. You have to have that understanding behind it, or that theory behind it, whatever you want to call it. That's why we're calling it BB theory, because I really don't know what to call it. But yeah. 1 second though, let me get the thing posted. Copy. Oh God. Hold up. It literally just moved my whole text all the way. Okay, wait, there we go. I don't even know if it copied it all, but fair enough. We will take it. Let me add my little warning on the end of it. Warning. Do not share link or you will die. I can't type that. YouTube will kill me. Do not share link or else. Alright, good to go. Alright, yeah, it's there. Check it out. Good job, Nick. That didn't cross my mind a single time. But as soon as you said it, I was like, wait a minute. That makes sense. I can't believe I went that long and didn't once think, like, hey, post this for the YouTube guys. Which I know the YouTube thing's only like $5 or whatever, but it's like, it's still money. Get them what they deserve. It was funny the other day. I was like, I never look at my sub counts for like how many people are like just a subscriber, and then how many people are like a paying member of the channel. And I looked the other day, and it was insane how many were like gifted, between like just like 6, 7, 8, 9 people. Like those like just under 10 people gifted probably the majority of them. It was pretty crazy, including me. It was me and like Sandollar, Rambo, Kevo, Daffy. There's a few other people. Nah, thank you, Nick, for reminding me, seriously. Take your time on it, though. Read the description before you jump into the videos. They are a lot longer video than you're probably used to watching on my channel, which I can't even really say that, actually. A lot of my videos are really long. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. But how is everyone? How's everyone been? How's everyone doing right now? Right now, we have seen a retake of that low, which was like kind of that one thing we were kind of keeping in the back of our mind that would stop us from just sending this down to the lows near 536s. But actually getting a good hold, little inside move there, good hold over the level, and all we've really done is just go up and make, it's really the trend of today. Go up, stop, go up, stop, go up, stop, go up, stop, go up, stop. We're just making a lot of lower highs now. You can definitely see the chart is definitely a little tired. Which, again, we talked about that on the daily because it is a little bit easy to see on why we could do a day like this today. But it makes sense on what we're rejecting and what we're overall hitting. Which, again, this is from that daily chart, just kind of from our discussion. And man, right now, guys, I want to tell you, especially, and I'm only telling you this because of how many times I've seen this, but stay off of social medias regarding like trading stuff. Like, I think it's nice to be curious and stuff about like opinions and overall news. I think that's cool if it's coming from like an actual curious mindset. But in any other way, it's definitely harmful right now because there is a large variety of opinions being thrown around. And my entire stance on this, and I made this very clear in the Discord, I made this clear on my Twitter, I made this clear basically everywhere I could, except my stream because I haven't been streaming. But this kind of market, you honestly need to be finding your favorite stocks and buying very small amounts of shares over the long period of time, dollar cost averaging. If you have $10,000 you're trying to invest, should you just dump it all into Apple right now? No, that is not what I just said. Use very small amounts of that. Put 1,000 in it right now. In a couple of months, put another 1,000. In a couple of months, put another 1,000. Or use smaller amounts and buy more over time. You could split it up even. But definitely do not sit there and do nothing. And definitely do not just go onto Twitter and be like, oh yeah, everyone's right. Trump's the end of the world. China's going to screw us. This, that. Like, guys, if you've ever zoomed out on your chart before, you'd know that we're in a long-term uptrend forever. So any large dip like we've seen recently, even if it's not the true low right now, it can be seen as a great long-term opportunity. But that is why we say DCA, dollar cost average, because you shouldn't be looking at this as, let me throw all my money in right now. No, because there is a chance it does go lower. There is a chance it does get worse. Don't sit there and also be in the mindset of, we can't get worse than this. We definitely could. We could. We definitely could. But it's a very, very good opportunity for long-term investing. And I've definitely pushed this for years in my chat because it is amazing when you have shares over the long run and you actually have a piece of the market in your pocket instead of just trading options all the time. You got to remember, options are just a tool of the market. It's a tool for people who have common shares, people who have equity. It's not something you should be doing alone or by itself. You know, you wouldn't go just start swinging a hammer at a random wall. You would use a hammer for construction, right? That's the same thing with options. You wouldn't just randomly trade them by themselves. You would definitely also want to be a part of owning shares of different companies, being a part of the long run and the short run. Your full-time job should be investing. Your part-time job could be options trading sometimes. I still would not make that your full-on, let me do this all the time kind of thing. There's always this like large stat. I don't even know the numbers anymore because I always thought the stat was bullshit. But it was like 2 to 5% people survive options trading after 2 years. It's like, yeah, those are people who just options trade. But what about the people who are also long-term investing? Those people can't die off. Like, Probably not a good thing to say if it's someone who's just, constantly burning money out of their pockets trading options, but it's just something to think about. And this is one of those opportunities that everyone always forgets about. And I'm tying my point to social media because social media can actually throw you away from buying anything. You'll be thrown into this mindset that it's the end of the world every day until it's too late and you missed out. So definitely make sure. You say it works for Kevo. Kevo's not just options trading. If there's someone that's making money in my chat options trading, they're not just options trading. Kevo, Leland, they're not just options trading. They own shares of things. Purple Star Gang now? Wait, who is? You are? Either I'm colorblind or that's dark red. Which I am colorblind, but I'm pretty sure I know what purple and dark red is. Or orange. Or maybe it didn't update on my end. Which would be weird. You might be colorblind too. It's one of those. I think you are colorblind, actually. Wait, actually, hold up. Lag is right. The further, I had to literally shove my eye into my monitor just now. But that is actually pink. See? I said red or orange. It literally looked red or orange to me. But no, it is pink. What is the colors, actually? Let me go look at that. How do you even look at that? Oh, hold up. I have to type my channel name and then /join. Okay, fair enough. It is probably closer to purple than it is whatever I said. Now that I'm seeing it on this screen. I wish I started that membership thing with like my own logos or whatever with colors, but I don't know. The stars are kind of cool, I guess. I know y'all don't care. It's more a visual thing. It's probably because we all got different contrast or light filters. No, I'm actually just blind, and I think Maddie is too. I also have my You are right about the filter thing, though. I do have my screen colors, like, a lot brighter or darker or whatever. I turn the vibrance up. That's what I do. I don't know what that does, but it helps me. Makes the colors a lot more clear. But how have you guys been, though? Is there any charts you guys want me to look at while we just sit here and randomly talk, or we just chilling? Was monitoring to see if we'd actually get a move on SPY here. It looked like we were going to get a good kind of second leg here, but good retake of that recent low. So that might have been a good little momentum stopper there. But no change of trend, though. Definitely not bullish. Intraday. Transplanting a few honey cabbage plants, just listening. Oh. A few hundred. That's a lot. Damn, Maddie. All right. What's lag been up to? What's lag to death been up to? If you asked me if I was streaming a single time the past 2.5 weeks, I didn't even see it. School and gym. Nice. Okay. Got your routine. Nothing wrong with that. What are you in, like, college, I'm assuming? I'm assuming you're not gonna be like, yeah man, I'm still in 12th grade. Oh, for cybersecurity, okay. I think we talked about this already, that's right. I just needed to refresh. I needed my quarterly report on lag to death. That's right, because you and Noxta, I believe, I don't think are going the same exact direction, but you're kind of in the same direction. He's been really busy with that lately, too. Honestly, it's kind of badass though. All the different jobs people have, careers and stuff. Oh, issues found. We're getting hacked. Cybersecurity is a good career. I remember reading about it a few years ago and it being like the most emerging career ever or whatever. Like if you could get into it, it would be very beneficial. You thought that was yours? I always let it pop up and I don't know why. I never do anything about it. I clean my PC a lot, so I don't even know why I have that on there. I should have left it on there to troll you. But come on, exit off your screen. Here's that potential leg down we talked about. Like I said, it might have just been a little bit of a momentum stopper, but we are getting a nice little sell-off candle here. Can they make a new low? Can we get continuation? Can we get more lower highs? What are we getting here? Not really changing our bias, though. Still intraday-wise, we're definitely bearish. Not really seeing anything to change that yet. Like we said earlier, any move above 540 could definitely change this. But what have we gotten under 540 now? Good rejection and a pretty good clear lower high now. Now the only question is, do we get follow through or is this about to just to the right? Which it does have the momentum or the energy in the chart to actually go down today. Because if you look at open today, which one's open? This one. We didn't really go anywhere. We just kind of held where we were. We went up, went down, traded to the right, made lower highs. So there is a lot of energy built up into this chart. This could make a good end of day move. So that's not off the plate. Anybody who knows what the 3 phases of the day is, that's what I'm referring to. Yeah, I think it will become more critical, especially with Microsoft releasing those quantum chips. Yeah, Microsoft's going to blast off to the moon one day, man. I definitely don't want to miss that one. Oh, my charts aren't synced. That's why I didn't change. No, that is insane, though. Cybersecurity is really big, though, too, because of, like, defense programs as well. Like, there's been a lot of pickup in it because, you know, and I'm not trying to blame any country in specific because our country has it as well. But when Russia and the Ukraine stuff started up again for like the 100th time, the whole talk was, how much is cybersecurity going to play into this? And then it started talking about like China and how we have our whole program as well. And it's like, dude, cybersecurity is already like big. I think it's just not openly big yet, like any other industry. But as time goes on, it'll open up more. And you've already seen it. Cybersecurity is one of probably the most important fields right now. I've been seeing a lot of hype on Palantir. Not like chart wise, opinion wise. I've been seeing people say it should go to 200 and stuff. I've been seeing that a lot. Like that's not like an every other message kind of thing. Like I'm seeing that a lot now. I'm seeing a lot of hype for like Palantir. I don't know how I jumped to that one, but I always like that company. 50 years from now, someone is going to hack your Tesla brain chip and beam nothing but brain. I love those memes where it's like, it's literally that, what you just said, but it'll show like an example. And it'll be like when you get Rick rolled or something. Because someone hacked your brain chip and just started Rick rolling you in your head. You know, you're just being trolled inside of your own head. That would be the day. Yeah, low taper fade. The internet's undefeated, man, because that's probably really accurate. I could totally see that happening. No doubt in my mind. Well, good to hear. Glad to hear Lag is doing good. Glad to hear Maddie is killing it. I appreciate the people in chat who didn't like just go away because I wasn't streaming. Because there was definitely still a lot of amazing active trading going on in the chat still. If you guys were ever paying attention to the trade floor. Of course, outside of FUD King. Shout out to Miker. There were a lot of good. I don't like to say call outs. I don't really know what word. I should just say updates. But really good updates by people in the chat on being directional. It was nice to see everyone kind of saying, like, this is what we should be doing today. For the most part, it's kind of what I got from some people in chat. But y'all have honestly done a really good job. And it really is kind of nice to see because you can look in the chat and be like, this is really, see, like, that's a really nice post. But it's just nice to see because it's like, I don't have to sit here and stream or tell somebody where we're going or what we're going to do for people to, like, look at that. Like, bunch of people, y'all kind of had a good feeling on us having kind of a meh kind of day. But not even just today. I saw, like, a few days back, too. There was a bunch of stuff posted in here that was honestly kind of impressive. And make sure, too, guys, I know it's kind of nice to fill up the trade floor with your gains and stuff, but make sure you're posting your reviews and your gains and all your stuff in here. Keep it separate. But I do like to see the trade floor kind of kill it. You didn't know what happened to me? Honestly, I was just like really just not in the mood, I'll be honest. I just overall was just not in the mood with just life. But I still felt like I had to be somewhat present. So I was posting levels almost every day, or I'd still post some updates here and there. And then this weekend, I don't know what happened. I just got like all the motivation in the world all in one weekend. Made that playlist twice. I literally recorded for almost 9 hours this weekend. Of just me going over stuff on charts and just the system and stuff, and it was a lot, but it was fun. I'm kind of glad I got it out of my system because I always feel like compelled to like add value to the chat. Because I don't know why I'm like this, but like every other chat besides me has always like bumped their prices or changed all that stuff. Me, I've always lowered my prices and added more content because like I really do feel compelled to the people in my group because I don't see them as like, yup, you're paying me this much every month. Like, I don't even know how much I make every month from chat or anything. Like, I don't know. I don't really care because I really am just focused on trading or making sense of things or trying to make the system make more sense, right? I don't know how else to say that. Like trying to break it down to a point where any one of us could explain it to a child, you know? Not just like how to mark the levels or this or that or what trading entries we like the most or this or that or candlestick patterns, like the thinking behind everything. Like it really is like the meat behind it all. Yeah, I was pretty nonverbal. Yeah, I was nonverbal, but I was still alive. I was still posting. But I was still keeping up with a bunch of you in DMs and stuff. There was a lot of you who messaged me, which I definitely am never mad about that. I always appreciate that. Some of you were just checking to see if I'm alive, and that's completely cool. Welcome back. I missed most of the stream, but here for now. What's up, Dr. J? I was just covering charts, and we talked about a bunch of stuff, and now we're just kind of talking about whatever, really. How have you been, though, Doctor? Good to see you. But I'm here now, though, guys. I should be here. I don't think I'm going anywhere. But yeah, a lot of fun making that playlist, I'll be honest. If you have access to it, definitely check it out. Take your time to go through it. It's a lot. And I would definitely not check it out if you're someone who's still more new to everything here. You're someone who's still getting used to marking levels and getting used to how everything's drawn and everything. I would definitely focus on that for a while. And then steep into that playlist and see what the difference is between someone who trades levels and someone who actually trades the meaning behind their levels. Huge difference. Not just me, you guys. When I say that, I don't mean me. I mean all of us. anyone who's trading the system. It's good to actually understand what should and shouldn't be happening at certain parts of the chart at certain days, why, understanding why. And then when you have all that completed, you can make those snap decisions and have a backup for it. You know, you could make that snap decision and then be like, and this is why I'm doing it. Not just, I feel like it's going to fall. Like, okay, why do you think that? I don't know, just how it looks. What about it and how it looks makes you think that? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at, the understanding of everything. And that's what that playlist completely covers. So I even added a new video in it yesterday or the day before, I can't even remember now, because I found something I didn't cover or wanted to recover a little bit more. But there's about 11 videos in there. There's an introduction and then 10 main videos, but 11 videos in total. So yeah, definitely check that out if you have access. All YouTube members have access now, thanks to Nick waking my mind up. If you're someone who has owned the courses or owns the courses, you have access. If you're a lifetime member in chat, you have access. So definitely look to see if you have access, or ask me if you do or not, or look. I've had a few people be like, do I have this or not? I'm like, yep, you do. Like we said, we should be seeing the lower end of 536s towards the end of today's session, or at some point today, just because of the continuous lower highs, the continuous breaks of new lows, no real hold of anything. Funnily enough, this is actually probably the best hold we've seen in a few hours now since over here, and it's really not that attractive. So we'll see if we do get that extra leg down today, down towards those 536, 535, 40s, or is this it? Is this just going to kind of settle out to the right? Maybe we get an impulse move up to 540 and settle to the right. Either way, though, definitely not that super volatile of a day in terms of movement. Kind of expected too, if anybody checked their... Again, you guys need to be doing this on your own. You don't need to be just waiting for Eric or me or someone else to say it. But you need to be checking Financial Juice every day. It is so easy to look over to the left and see what the hell's going on today. So please be checking financialjuice.com at pretty much every day. Don't go to Twitter. Don't go to Instagram. Don't go to your friend's text message group. Go here. What the hell is on this left side? You can even edit this thing here, and you can make it just say high importance news only. So you could just focus on all the big stuff that's going to come out. So you don't have to be like, yo, do we have CPI today? Dude, just look. It's literally a click of a button. Briefing.com is probably my other favorite one. Stock market update. And mainly for this page right here, because you can get a snapshot of the market, but also this part right here, moving the market. What's actually happening? Why are we getting this? What moved us up this morning? Why are we falling after that? You know, and you can read too when you go to these. Well, hold up. When you go to these articles here, try to start from the bottom or like the middle, and you'll end up getting straight to like the meat of what it's trying to tell you. Like right here, the tariff headlines, blah, blah, blah. Instead of reading all this junk here, I can jump straight to what it's telling me. But I like that website a lot. Speaking of website, let me move this. Yeah, today was Buns other than the 0.5 rejection. Yeah, and I saw a bunch of you mention that, actually. I saw Gold Creation mention it. I saw not even just Gold Creation. That's just the chart that stuck in my head. But there's a bunch of other people in chat who are posting that too. Today was Buns other than the 0.5 rejection. That's a good way of putting that. But it is nice to know. It's like you could look at this chart and be like, why did we go up initially? And you could instantly see that from the news. It literally said it's because banks. We had some positive earnings responses. So that's why we had a positive market response this morning. I think also Apple helped a little bit, if I remember correctly. Okay, we need to fix this. There we go. Yeah, Apple started up really high this morning. I remember that because of Jay. I remember Jay making a joke about it. That was yesterday, but now you have today's market. You can see Tuesday. Not as much help. Slightly went up. Not anything crazy. But you can see here that like we opened here, we went up. The meat of the high is right there. It fell down. The meat of the low is right here, and we haven't really done anything since then. That's kind of what the market feels like too. It feels like, yeah, we've had a couple good moves, and that's why I kind of agree with your point. Like it was kind of buns besides just the 0.5s. Because I promise that's where that one almost lines up too. Oh no, actually probably not. Yeah, no, not at all. I still think the Tesla daily is the craziest chart ever. I don't care how many inside bars are on this market. This has got to be one of the crazier ones. That's a lot of movement stuck. And then you have earnings on the prowl too. This is going to be a very volatile chart within a week or so. Like, again, even more so than it is now. And then, of course, you got your SPY chart. Dude. Okay, here we go. Ignore that. I like the default chart because we could just mess it up as much as we want. But basically, we've seen if you take your fib from your recent high to your recent low, and then it went up. Good, honestly, good retake of that level. Didn't turn out so well the next day, and that was that huge impact of that extra news coming out. Because basically, you had like fake news come out. Then you had, oh, just kidding, it wasn't. Then it was like, oh, just kidding, actually, we're gonna stick behind that. It is real news. And then like we're getting a lot of movement, so it's very hard to get into some scalp contracts, especially because the contracts are more expensive right now. But these settle days, these bullshit days, are honestly the only remedy for that. The only way to bring down contract pricing and implied volatility is having these days. Like, we need to have some of those inside bars or to the right days. So this is actually good. And honestly, really, really helpful too because, well, let me finish my discussion here first. 50% fib of this drop, right? We got that in our heads. Done. The next one, exact same fib, just with the actual recent high to the recent low. On my actual chart that we've been using, I believe I drew this down to the, from here, down to where this actually had a low in their pre-market, so it was like a hair under, but drawing this is just fine as well. Highlight that as well just so you have it. And then you can delete it. There's a little bit more to do. Got our gap fib here. And this has been kind of fun because you haven't had to really have that many levels up recently. It's weird. In like a normal market, have as many levels as you want. As soon as we're in like a crazy market like this, it's weird. You could actually simplify your chart and make it easier for yourself. Which is weird because it kind of sounds like that wouldn't help. Sounds like having more info in a time of need would actually help. But in reality, it's the actual opposite. Simple. Keep it simple. And then what else? Do we have anything else we can draw here? Oops. There we go. And then we have a little bit here. That's creepy. We're like stuck between two halfway points almost. Alright, well, just using some super simple levels, this is also saying that we should at least go down, maybe fill that gap, maybe even test 530. So a good mid-week, end-of-week target could be 530. Any pushes beyond 540s, and it's kind of funny because that works on our other chart as well. It doesn't matter how I chart it. 540 seems to be a pretty impactful level. Above 540s, we could directionally start to see more bullish signs pop up. But not yet. We're seeing rejections of that area. Funny too, look at that actually. 539.03, 539.40, 540.40. This is 540.20 just about. Again, it doesn't matter how I draw it. I get the same idea no matter what. You could draw less levels, more levels, have just emergings. You should be still getting the same idea. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think we head up more over the next couple of days? I'm in terms of this week, end of week target. What do y'all think? Y'all think we get a good rejection here? Do y'all think we get a good just bullshit sideways week? With earnings on the prowl, of course, we have not just, I said Tesla earnings earlier, but we have all of the tech earnings coming very soon. So that'll also be fun. That'll also keep our implied volatility up through the roof for a while. Been backtesting fibs so many times and mad at myself on the trades I missed using them, especially with the candlestick book. But at least it highlights it for you now, Lag. You know, you've missed a lot, but you've also gained a lot. Now you could use it for the future. Keep it simple, like you said. Those halfway points, you know, the basics of the candlestick patterns, it really is that simple. But you have to be very disciplined too. It's so easy to just say that stuff. Like, it's so easy for me to just sit here and say, dude, it's so easy to just follow the simple levels. But it's very hard to actually do it. Because at any moment you could press enter and fuck that up. But you got to remind yourself, any literal animal that I hand a phone to could enter a trade. You got to remember that. Any walking thing on this planet could click enter. It doesn't take any brain function. It doesn't take any thinking. So you got to remind yourself that, like, anyone could click enter. Anyone could enter trades whenever they want. Anyone could do that. So you got to be mindful of that, because I think that is what will help discipline the most, is you reminding yourself, hey, it doesn't take anything special to do this. What does take something special? Following a strategy, following a template, being disciplined, like we just explained. You know, that is something special. So knowing that you do have the power in your hand of knowing when to enter, you know. And I think another thing too is understanding that, and I literally cover this in that playlist too. I hammer this home so many times. Do not trade every day. It always amazes me when someone is like, yo, I'm struggling, and I'm like, well, show me your past trades. And then, like, they sent me trades like, these are my trades in the past 4 days. It's like, wait, you traded the last 4 days straight? And they'll be like, yeah. What? Like, that in itself blows my mind, because it's like, now you're just telling me you don't care about quality. You just only care about quantity. You have to hit your 3 per day. Like, when people tell me that, it's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not saying you do that, but I know for a fact people do that, because that's how life is. You know, you set goals, you set targets, you set things for yourself, and you hit them, or you get near them, or you head towards them as best as you can, right? People in trading do that a lot, and it's really bad, because you definitely should not be setting a target of trading 1 to 2 times a day. That's not gonna help you. It's not gonna be feasible either. Because that's like saying, so every day you're going to be given a great market. That just doesn't make sense. Every day you're going to be able to read a great market. That's 3 variables you just told me that are definitely not going to happen every single time. You're not always going to get a great market. You're not always going to be on your A game. You know, it's just too many variables. That in itself, like, again, that's just using logic. You know, using logic, you can already tell yourself, hey, I shouldn't have to trade today. I just traded 3 days in a row. Let me take today off. Let me just view the market maybe. Don't need to sit here and look at it from a point of view where you're going to look to attack anything you see, you know? Yeah, we're kind of getting the movement that we said, guys. We are getting new lows. We are getting closer to that target area that I talked about, kind of near 536. But it's in that pace that we talked about, that momentum stopper where we made that low and then didn't get a good retest after. We held after, then went up. And even though we did maintain the bearish trend under good areas, and further trade opportunity definitely popped up, definitely not at the pace that you want to see from these retests over here and from that new low. You could definitely see the momentum definitely was stopped a little bit. But we are still getting that lower high trend. It's still intact. So everything we talked about and discussed is still working. Just, again, like we said, not at a great pace. Which, as we all know as options traders, that can literally be Satan itself. Those 0.5% range trades probably kill their account. 100%, dude. It's crazy. Those days will kill people's accounts, and it's not because of anything. They'll instantly go to message boards or anything and be like, well, Trump this, or Biden that, or tariffs that, or Kamala did this, or said that. It's like, bro, none of those people told you to enter that trade. What are you talking about? You're gonna sit there and like, yeah, I hate Nancy Pelosi as much as the next guy, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, Nancy screwed me, man. Like, what? She didn't sit there and touch enter on my phone or on my monitor. I did. Yeah, that's on me. It's funny, I post my first swing play after my other coin play. Coin did amazing, and I post cost did shit. I haven't posted as many swing trades this year yet, though, so I could still go hard. I still want to. I still want to post a few, but I want to actually find a few that I really like and that we could hold for more than just a day. Because I could sit here and nitpick overnight swings all day, all week, all month, but they're not as, I don't know, they're not as like beneficial. I feel like I'd rather go after one that I can get a bigger bang for my buck. So I'm waiting for a better swing trade like that. Coin was amazing though. I need to get another coin trade. I think I was half saved though by the inflation stuff or the tariff stuff. I was definitely saved by that though. I'm not even gonna try to pretend like that wasn't part of the help. It was 0.5%. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, I like to use that logic to kind of tell myself that I don't need to trade every day. If someone can clip that, please do, and then link it to me so I can send it, or I'll link it later. But very, very, just super basic way of telling yourself that you don't need to trade every day. Because it's so easy to say that, but it's so hard to actually follow it. And anyone in here who's traded, I know you know what I mean, because it can definitely feel crazy. It's funny in the core server. Y'all been sending some insane jokes in there lately. Don't tell my boss, but I'm gooning on the job, and he sends like a trade review or a trade. That's funny. Yeah, I'll probably do it like this for a bit. I kind of like having the daily up, I'm not going to lie. It kind of gives you that good emphasis on like, hey, we should go down until we get over 540. So it kind of helps you be a little bit more disciplined on direction as well. But guys, what are we today still? It's funny, like I've been saying we should be going down most of this stream, but what are we still on the daily time frame? This is honestly a great kind of insert to what I just said too. Zooming out, helping us be a little bit more aware. What did zooming out on the daily help us do just now? What is this left side showing us? Who knows? Come on, somebody, y'all know this. What's the candlestick pattern right now on the left side chart? What is the day still doing? What are we still... I can't even give a hint or it'll give it away. Yes, an inside bar, exactly. We're still inside the previous day. Thank you, Dr. J. I know you're probably busy, but I appreciate you answering. Yeah, and inside. So it's kind of nice to see, like, yeah, we had nothing but lower highs pretty much all day since that initial green move. But it's kind of crazy to see that we are literally still inside of that previous day. The highs didn't touch the open of yesterday. Today's lows haven't touched previous day's lows. Part of that gap has already been filled as well. To that overnight from the weekend, it's already been filled. So there's not like we have to call for more downside, but visually it does look like we're at least going down to 536s intraday. End of the week, it looks like we should head down to 530. But again, like I said, with this inside bar, it doesn't really 100% set that in stone, as well as kind of keeping in the back of our mind that any move over 540 completely invalidates all of this. And honestly, any sellers that are between here and here, if we ever do get that move over 540 in the near future, they'll be using these people, this volume, as fuel. So that could instantly send us up to 555, 560s possibly. So kind of keeping that idea in the back of our head. But understanding that right now it does kind of look like we're about to get like a settle kind of week, settle kind of day, settle kind of whatever. Looks like we'll at least be heading down there, but we'll see. Now again, like we said today, pacing could also be really slow. Today's trading is perfectly in that realm, but we are perfectly inside of the previous day. That also calls for us having slow paced trading. You saw it on today's smaller time frames with lower highs. We got new lows, and yeah, there was a couple follow through moves today, but not crazy paced in terms of like how fast is it getting to some of these levels, how fast is it moving away once those clear trends have been made. And it could definitely be seen as just indecision. I mean, that's what an inside bar is, but it's also nice to see that on the smaller time frame as well, because you can actually make sense of that. You can connect the dots on that. Kids are home this week, but I'm here. Is it like spring break or something? Or what? It has to be something right now, right? Or summer? Has summer started? Oh, it is spring break. Damn, I got that one. I think I remembered that from Kang. I think Kang told me spring break was coming or something. Yeah, Leland does have a great post on that. Thank you for re-saying that, Dr. J. He said, Leland has a post about days like today titled, Did You Struggle? And it's a perfect checklist, because that checklist was honestly made out of like rage from me and him at one point, because there was a lot of times where me and him would go over stuff and somebody would ask us like, why did this happen? Why did that happen? And we'd sit there and explain it over and over again. And it's funny because you really can sit there and like in a weird way backtest, what did you mess up on, you know? But only when you have a strategy like ours where there's like actually a system to it and thinking behind it. Because if there wasn't, it's just like do this when this happens or do that when this happens. Like you can't really do as much. But you could like a checklist. I like his little checklist that you go through. It's like, were we above today's open? Did you short? What was the trend today? Did you go long? Blah blah. You know, like it's nice, basic, simple questions to kind of remind you, like, hey, why am I thinking so hard? Why am I making this harder than it really is? You just got to remember, like, the hands-on stuff, not really hard. Like, the levels, the thinking behind it, none of that's hard. It really isn't. The hard part is actually doing it. Like, knowing it, thinking it, understanding it, that's all one thing. But actually trusting it enough to do it and stick by it is a completely different thing. It's like another level of conviction. How much do you believe in something, you know? Like, it's like, I like to use like working out as like an example, because it's like some days you're gonna go work out and you're gonna feel so fucking motivated and you're just gonna go kill it. You're gonna hit every set. You're not even gonna be sometimes you go in there and you're counting down the minutes, but some of those days you're gonna be going in there and you're not even gonna be thinking about time because you're just enjoying yourself. You're just killing it that day. That's what it's like trading. You know, there's gonna be days where you're just, maybe you're not in the mood because you're fatigued. Maybe you're just too busy. Maybe you're not thinking straight. Maybe you're clouded. And that's again why I push those points home so much about not trading every day. You know, I'm so serious about that. Like, I think tomorrow, if we don't get like an end of day dump that goes straight to like 5:30 here in the last hour and a half of today's market, tomorrow might be the best day of the week. So just keep that in mind. Do not miss an inside bar setup. If this is even what it's going to be. We do have about 90 minutes left. This could all change. New low, new high could happen. But it's kind of good to keep that in mind, just because even if we do break this and we do have a new high or new low, how much of today's session did we just sit inside of the previous day, though? So that still kind of gives us that lead into, okay, well, we should be expecting more movement soon. And we can also kind of add to that because we know earnings is coming soon. So should be getting a lot more of these like weird higher open, lower open the day after kind of weeks where it doesn't feel right in the beginning of the week, and then the second half of that week should be a little bit more clear. So it's going to be really awesome because it's going to be good practice for you guys to use the beginning of the week's context to help you make better trading decisions in the second half of the week. And it's the same thing we do with intraday. You know, you use the first part of the day's decisions to help you with the second half, vice versa. It's to help you. The mental part of sticking to it is so hard. I feel no one is going to lose money here trading on Friday. Oh, wait. Is it a holiday Friday? Is that why you're saying that? Let me see. That's the only way that statement would be true. Oh, it's Easter this weekend. That's right. I was like, wait a minute. What does he mean by either he has a lot of faith in everybody, awesome for that, or there is something else afoot here. So I went with option B. I took the latter. Boo, what will I do? Don't spend all your money on Thursday. You literally will never hear anybody else tell you this. Leland was one of the first people to help me start reminding people of this. But do not trade all your money on Thursday. And yes, I said Thursday, not Friday. Thursday. Friday's closed. Meaning, your money won't settle. Meaning, you'll be pissed Monday when you don't have your money to trade with. Crypto never closes. You ain't wrong, brother. You ain't wrong. I'll be doing some Bitcoin analysis this weekend because I'm addicted to trading Coinbase. I think my new favorite pastime is charting Coinbase. It just has so much movement. Foaming at the mouth. The squad needs to goon trade. I will be doing some more member streams soon, and we'll get some live trades going. Not just my very vague call outs like we do in these public streams. I want to do more of those member streams again. I really fucking love the member only stuff. I just feel so much more comfortable. I don't have to worry about some moron joining in here. Plus, y'all have no idea. Like, it might not seem like it because we aren't like the biggest group, but there are actually so many different like owners of different groups who join our Discord, spam people with like backup accounts or alternate accounts. Because for the longest time, I thought it was just bots, and they are for the most part. But then I accidentally saw, not accidentally, I investigated. I saw a couple of them were adding like other Discord owners, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I don't know, it's just really freaking me out. It's really weird that like we're being targeted by like larger groups because they don't have, like, it's crazy. If you go into our trade floor, that channel is as active as most groups with like 10,000 people in it. And that's not me bragging. That's me literally just saying like that's just how active you guys are. You guys are actually just active. It doesn't matter if I'm streaming or not. People are still here. And that's like the coolest thing about our community is like people in here actually trade. Every single one of you, I'd probably trust one of your callouts more than I would some random callout I see online. You know, it's like, it doesn't matter who's posting it. I don't care what followers they have. Like, I would literally put any one of my traders to 100 of anyone else's. Not even bullshitting. Like, any one of my traders, even one of the beginning guys, they would shit on anyone else's 100 traders. Because it's just, it's a completely different vibe in other people's chats. It's like, it's insane. And I'm not in them anymore. But I hear this from other people that are like mods or stuff like that, or people who are like really good friends with me and like to be around me or trade my system or have learned from me from over the years. Like, they're just in a lot of groups and they see that stuff and it's like, that's fucking crazy.
And the constant recurring charges, like you guys see how much I come out with new stuff. Like it always amazes me how someone will release something and then charge their same crowd like five more times on 5 different projects or streams or seminars or different things like that. It's like, what the fuck? Like if I ever did that for my chat, it would just be for my chat. It wouldn't be like, hey guys, you're already in my group. Make sure you pay for this too. Like what? It's like it feels like the government. Like you know how like you go pay your taxes and then you get your money and then you go spend it on something and you get taxed on that same dollar for buying something and then you get taxed at the end of the year. Like you feel like you're getting like charged a bunch for the same dollar. That's what most groups feel like. They feel like once you get in them, you're just like trapped. And there's no actual like human beings in there, like no sustenance. It's just like a bunch of robots. It's weird. So that's why like I actually enjoy our member only stuff, because like seriously, any one of you, even some of you who are in the beginning stages of like getting your levels going and the understanding behind things, like you are worth any 100 traders of any other group around right now. It is actually impressive to me how resilient a lot of you are. So I am glazing you all a little bit, but it's pretty cool. It was honestly one of my biggest wants out of the Discord over the longest time, is like, I shouldn't have to be here for chat to be decent. And it's exactly like that. I literally just randomly wasn't here, and you guys killed it. And I saw most of you try to keep good attitudes too about it, you know. I know I wasn't here for some of the days, but I saw a lot of you keep it going. I'm also impressed with that little private server now. It's got like 94 people in it now. That's crazy. Amazon's price action today was so clean, textbook. Thank God you said something else, because I would love to look at something else. Here, let me do this. It's probably kind of hard to see. There we go. Damn, yeah, you aren't lying. Lower open, rejection of the gap down, lower high of that, and under structure too of price action that happened that day. Clear break of today's open and the recent low. The only move that went up to make that recent lower high was basically rejecting today's open and that area right here that made that lower high. I almost promised too, if I grab fibs right here, here especially, on the 1 minute, you probably see some good trades there. But also, because of this, if you go from the high to this, you know, why would I draw that? Because structure was broken. They broke today's open and it was after a rejection. So I want to see from this high to this low, do I get that trade opportunity? So it's kind of funny we mentioned, you know, oh, you could have got this from your halfway point. It's like, yeah, but actually it was 2 different halfway points that popped up around that level. So you're right, this is very clean price action. That actually fell from a very, very easy to see level. I will not lie about that one. This area here, at least. I don't know if I can say the rest. The rest was good trend. Good trend. Jeez, I can't speak and yawn at the same time. If you do the fibs, the 50% were spot on. Exactly, that's what impressed. Oh, okay, so that's what you were talking about. Okay. Yeah, I instantly see that, and I'm like, I gotta draw the fib. Because, like, it's like, oh, this broke? Alright, well, I have a reason to draw something now, and you have the gap down. What? And you have the gap down. So it's kind of fun to see just, again, super simple levels coming out to pay. Good stuff, though, Vanessa. Vanessa. How's everyone's past week or so though? I think I was gone for like 2.5. How was everyone been doing? I think I need to keep those rollover lines on my screen. That is actually a little easier to see. The multiple entries off the fibs. The super clean rejection. And that's what I mean, like when you see stuff like that, like 2 things or more screaming at you, hey, we're trying to give you an opportunity. You know, to ignore that is either you're just too skittish, you're too hesitant, or you don't understand what's in front of you enough, because that is what's causing you to be skittish or to not jump into it, you know? Which I'm not saying that's what you did, Vanessa. I'm just saying that's what can cause that, but that's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see, or multiple things screaming at you, hey, do this, do that. I've been working on some projects and glad when I could jump in on the stream. I need to make more time to chat on the trade floor. Take your time. I always tell people not feel pressured about that. Like, I'm always sitting here saying how awesome it is that you guys type in trade floor. But I know you guys are busy. You don't have to actually post if you can't, you know. It's not about that. We have a pretty large amount of lurkers in our chat, due to a large amount of our people in our chat being a lot older. So we don't have like a bunch of tech-savvy people anyway, so it's not like you have to go. But it is nice to see you guys engage with each other and really, not really about each other, but just like with each other's updates. Because it's so funny how many of you will sit there and like, not take offense, but you almost feel like you're stepping on someone's toes. Like I can literally see y'all doing that. I'll see some of you be like, yo, this is this level, check out this 0.5. And then I'll see someone else try to go post it, and then they'll delete their post really quick. And it's like, I think they think they're stepping on that person's toes, but it's like, guys, if you're posting the same thing, it's okay. You're not ruining either person's day. There's no credibility taking here. Like we're not doing this credit bullshit where it's like, well, I called that out. No, I called that out. We don't do that in here. So that's already not a problem. So there's really no reason to ever feel like you're stepping on someone's toes in our chat, or someone stepping on your toes. You know, if you guys are posting a 0.5 and someone else posted, that shouldn't piss you off or rage you or make you not happy about how something's being posted in chat. That should reinforce your decision. That should reinforce what you've seen, because now another person in chat that you should see is somewhat educated because they're in the chat. If it's someone you've seen before, you know, it's like, no, okay, nice. Oh, okay. Gary sees this. Awesome. Great. Oh, Vanessa sees this too. Great. Now I really feel good about what I'm seeing right here. You know, now I feel great about it. Which that's not what should make me feel great about it. I should have my own reasons for feeling great about it, but that'll reinforce everything I'm already feeling, everything I'm already seeing, everything I'm planning for myself. It's very, very important. And thank you guys for all the likes on the stream. Seriously, appreciate you. Random stream, no schedule, didn't even announce it. Appreciate that. And again, guys, remember to check your membership inbox thing if you have the YouTube membership. If you don't, I highly recommend signing up. I pretty much never promote myself, but I'm going to sell myself out here for a second. I just put out this insanely awesome playlist. I hope you guys go check it out. And if you don't have the YouTube way is probably the cheapest way of getting it, though. Because you don't have to, unless you already own the course or you have lifetime in chat, just say, hey, I already own it, and I'll literally give it to you. But, yeah. Definitely recommend signing up on YouTube to get it. It's the cheapest way, and it's literally $5. You get over 4 hours of shit. It's not just that, though. That's just the new thing. But really, really cool playlist, and I think I did a really good job on it, because I inadvertently made myself do it twice, so I think that's why it came out so well. You could really hear the pace in my voice the second time I'm talking. Well, it's my first time to y'all, but second time to me. You can literally hear the pace in my voice, like, dude, I've already said all this once. And then I'll say what I said before, and then I'd go further into detail. So it's probably a good thing that I did it twice. I honestly should probably do that for every video or stream from now on. Just whatever I'm covering, I should already have covered it once. And then when I go over the second time, there's like less to stumble on. There might even be more to cover. Better prep. Yo, what's up, Eric? We appreciate you, dude. Thank you for posting the news and stuff every day. Hope you've been good though, Eric. Hope your kid's been good. Yeah, but the 50 billion ads you will experience. Ads? You shouldn't be getting any ads on my video unless you don't pay for YouTube. If you don't pay for YouTube, that's just your fault. I mean, I guess that's YouTube's fault, actually. I shouldn't have laughed at the intro video, but I swear I was cracking up. Yeah, you shouldn't be seeing ads if you pay for YouTube. YouTube Red? I don't know what it's called. I genuinely don't remember the name of what the main YouTube membership's called. But I know if you don't pay for YouTube, you get a lot of ads. It's weird, though, because you literally have... Are you getting ads on membership-only videos, though, too, Lag? Because you definitely should not be getting that. Yo, what's up, Kevo? How you doing? How's my boy? You just missed all the glaze, dude. I was glazing chat. And yeah, Vanessa, I took my time on that intro video, but I literally... that was real, though. I really did do all those takes, and I don't know why, but every time I started my little intro, I kept trying to, like, talk to y'all like I was just talking to you. But it was really weird, because, like, I haven't been. So, my intros were, like, not making any sense when I was doing them. And I just kept doing it, I kept struggling and failing. I don't pay for YouTube, and I've never seen ads on your live stream. Yeah, you should definitely never see them on my live streams. I don't have a single monetized live stream. I didn't even monetize my live streams before I could monetize. Like, I've never done that, because I've personally experienced YouTube streams. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I know the ins and outs of what's good and what people like. Like, and I know for a fact I can't stand watching streams that have ads, especially on YouTube. He's at fault. I can feel it. No, you can definitely spread it that way. Thank you, Kevo. Thank you. It's good to see your name popping up. And I know it has been. I haven't been around. But I appreciate you guys being so active in the trade floor and stuff. It's been nice. Basically, in short, Kevo, I was just saying it's nice having a chat where I don't have to be here and everybody's still kicking ass, or at least giving each other a sense of direct, like a legit trading community. A legit community. So... Dude, I thought I was tripping for a second. I was like, why haven't I seen SPY move from 538.73 in a few minutes? All right, well, we didn't make it down to the lower part of 536s, but we did just get right above it. But no amazing move down. Like we said, the pacing is a little bit slow today. We're getting some more buying after some higher lows, so that could be seen as a potential low of day. My dog's like, I'm coming in, I'm going out, I'm coming in, I'm going out. Faith, you haven't done this all week. As soon as I start streaming, you're like treating my door as like a kitchen, as like a drive-through. You're just in, out, in, out, in, out. Stay in or stay out. You make your choice, Faith. She ain't even paying attention to what I just said. Dude, it has been great. Like, everyone is on it. Lee test, gap fills, fibs, PMH, PML, crazy people calling inside bars. I know, even though I have been posting levels every day, even though I wasn't streaming, I still saw a lot of you mention like 0.5s and mention like kind of directional where we should be heading if this happens, or where we should head if this happens, you know. Kind of giving yourself like conditional formatting. Which is good, because that's how everyone needs to be thinking. But yeah, I also covered tomorrow's probably going to be one of the best days of the week, most likely, due to us coming from an inside bar breakup, being stuck inside of this big-ass green candle still, and being inside of this candle, could actually cause for a really, really good day tomorrow, / rest of the week. So rest of the week, we could see a really good, if we see continued rejections of this area, see some really good moves down to 530. If we get a lower open, we could get a move down to 530. Any retakes of 540.50s or just 541 basically, we'll probably see a test of this little lower high inside of this candle. And if we can get beyond that, then we can make it to the top of that candle again. So that's the game plan. We're like an inside bar inside of an inside bar. Inside barception. Yeah, somebody clip that and send that to chat. A little 10-second plan for the week. If bulls wanted to show up, it was today to do it. Yeah, most likely. But it's still not over, though. They really could come back down and hold this area, but there's just a lot more room underneath now. So I think risk reward is definitely aimed towards downside. Either tomorrow or rest of this week. And if we do get any kind of bouncing after that, it's definitely in a good position to give us that bounce. Also, if we see drops of this area down here, we don't get that bounce down here, we do get that continuation down, we can also take that as, okay, well now it's even more bearish, right? Because other people are going to see this as like, oh, well, I'm not going to think it's more bearish till it breaks a new low. While you and me in chat are going to be like, well, it's actually more bearish way the fuck up here. It's only slightly up here. It gets better right here. Risk to reward is definitely better up here. But I really think we're going to get a test of this area either tomorrow or end of this week at some point. When I say end of week, I really do mean like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. End of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I could see this being tested. If, like I said, any bounces happen, definitely going to see 540 again. And if we don't go down at all, let's say tomorrow is a higher open. I've only been covering bearish scenarios for the most part. We do get that higher open or that push up. You know, it's 540, 541. That's going to be a really easy trigger. The high of this day is an excellent second trigger. And then, of course, we have the top of that candle. So the levels are clear as day. The sense of direction, clear as day. It's just being patient enough to actually wait for either of those to happen. But yeah, that's my take on it right now. We could fat wick down and then end it with the hammer. Yeah, that too. Exactly. We could go test it, end it with the hammer, and then you have both scenarios playing out all in one session. That's also a very excellent idea. That could definitely happen. Thank you guys for all the likes too. Seriously. I know you guys know I don't give a shit, but it's like, it's still good recognition. Like, hey, we got our likes. So thank you. And then end in a hammer. Man, that would be... I hope that happens now just because you typed it that way. I hope it happens just because. But hope doesn't run the market, so it doesn't matter what I hope. And yeah, Kevo, if you want to join the stream tomorrow, let me know. I'd be glad to have you again. It was really fun having you in the other stream. Oh my god. Here, I'll even pull this up on the stream. You're actually insane. In all the greatest ways. He gifted 5 memberships. Wait, you can gift a membership to yourself? Wait, what? Hold on, I gotta screenshot that one. Huh? Am I reading that right? Dude, I'm actually lost looking. I need to Google this. Like, is that even supposed to happen? I actually need to know, like... That's like a YouTube scam, am I wrong? I mean, when you go to gifting, like let's say you're like going out on like a street and you're helping out homeless, but you're giving out free food, right? You're like, here guys, take this. Like, are you randomly gonna be like, oh, and one for me, one for you, one for me, one for me? Like what? You're gonna give it all out and then go eat somewhere else? Like what? Or maybe you stay and eat one. I don't know. But I don't know. It just didn't feel right. Well, thank you, Kevo. Seriously, I always like to glaze you on Twitter when you do this. Hi, Mom. I saw what you said. Yeah. Hi, YouTube. I've never seen that, dude. After everyone who's ever gifted, I've never seen someone gift themselves like in that manner. Like, because you can get yourself a membership, but I never seen it do that. But shout out to Just Kevo, shout out to Lee, shout out to Rough Trader, shout out to Tyler Durden. It's a good name. And Canthide. Yeah, no, exactly what Kevo just said. Anyways, he said, go study the material. If you got gifted, come and join our community. And definitely what he means by that, guys, is if you did get gifted, go to YouTube, go to membership. And I can't scroll down anymore or it will show things I can't show. But there's a lot of content in here, so check it out. And thank you, Kevo, for even doing that. You didn't have to do that at all. But it's always really cool because I always like to emphasize it's not just like 20, 25 bucks. I think it's 25. Yeah, 25. For that, it's not just gifted 25 bucks. It's literally giving. Well, actually, usually it's 5 people, but because he gave himself one, he gave 4 other people access to all that stuff for literally over just about a month, which is insane because you actually could go through a good chunk of it, especially all the recent material, pretty quickly. So seriously, amazing job. And thank you, Kevo. You didn't have to do that. I always say that to you, but I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. I hope the people that actually get gifted that stuff appreciate it, because I always find it really cool when people gift, because I know some of you are like, it's only like $5. But it's like, dude, it's not just $5, though. You're literally giving someone a month of access to stuff that, I don't know. I don't even like to sit here and be like, this could help them. Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, it's actually good, solid info that they might enjoy, they might not enjoy. You know, it's up to them, but the fact that you're even giving them that chance is crazy. But yeah, I always like to emphasize that, because even though it's cheap, it's still like, bro, it's not about the money. It's like, it's a lot of content in there. And that new playlist is perfect timing, too. So if anybody did just get gifted, you just got gifted a membership at like the most perfect time ever. Yeah, Kevo is super cool. Cool and loyal. I don't want to just say cool and leave it at that. Like, loyal. Bro's been here for a very long time. Stayed here even though definitely could have left at any moment. And didn't just stay here and, like, treated it as, like, a chore. Like, stays here, enjoys it, pushes other people to do better, is constantly in here regardless of who shows up. It doesn't matter if I'm streaming or not. This man still shows up to play. Like, it shows you there's a genuine interest in what he's doing. He has actual passion for what he's doing. Never fucking doubt somebody who has that much passion for anything. That person will always get their goals. Not for a second doubt that person. Someone like that always gets what they want eventually. But he's not stepping over others to do it. He's not shitting on people while doing it. He's not being egotistical. He's not promoting a private Discord behind my back. Like, he's not doing any of that stuff. He's just here. He's just trading. He's being himself. He's glad to be here. He's got a lot of friends in here for over a long time. Like, it's kind of cool. Good for you, Kevo. They're glad to have you here, man. Thank you. Thank you for being a pillar. SPX and inside bar as well. That should be fun. Tech inside bar. I think the arrival of earnings a little quicker than people expected is scaring people. Just because, again, it is kind of wild seeing all the earnings popping up very soon. kind of hard. It's kind of easy to forget that we have earnings season every now and then too when we're dealing with all this other stuff. Damn, Bitcoin actually looks like it wants to go down a little bit lower again. Let's see what the dollar's doing. Dollar is a good sign too that we could be getting some more downside, just because the dollar has reached a part of their chart where they might not be able to go down for a little bit more. So this might actually get some good movement up, probably into these lows or whatever halfway of this is. That. And then that area between here. This could serve as a resistance, which once the dollar goes up and hits this, if that even is what happens next, this could also just dump more. This should provide extra fear for the... I don't want to say fear, but that is what's going to happen. Hey, Canthide answered, or Canthide. I think I'm abusing your name, but I hope you check out that content, though. Definitely check it out. And yeah, Kevo's a real one for that. Dude, it actually went to a person that's literally in the live stream, too. Like, how awesome, how more awesome could that have been? How many times have you seen someone gift a membership and it goes to someone we've never heard of? Or never seen? So I'm actually kind of happy it went to someone that's actually here. I'm still impressed with him gifting himself. I've never seen that in the multiple years we've been here. We know Rough Trader. We know of Tyler Durden. We know Lee. Nice, though. Hold up. Where's my water? I forgot talking this much actually sucks. My dog's like, are you looking at me? Oh, man. If there is a God, his greatest invention was water. Oh, y'all probably don't care about the dollar anymore. I could get that off y'all screen. Actually, let's lower this. I don't know why I keep zooming it out so far. Can I lower this? I can. There we go. That's the perfect amount of zoom. Ah, that's nice. I need to save this as a drawing set, actually. I'm so tired of not having that. Let's do that now. How the hell do I do that again? Here we go. Nice. I'm so OCD, I swear. Welcome everybody in the live stream. Definitely drop a like. Let us know how you are in the comment section or whatever you call this, the chat. Let me know what's up. What are you looking at? What tickers are you interested in? We've recently covered a lot of TA on SPY here, not just intraday, but also kind of more near-term, larger time frame price action as well. I'm not really looking any further than that because I really don't see the point. But any rejection basically of this double-lined area on this left side chart, we're most likely going to see more downside towards 530, maybe even that highlighted area, just because these can be seen as like a median if we do get more selling. But because we are an inside bar right now technically, while also inside of that big-ass Hulk candle to the left, this creates a double inside bar. We're doubled up right now. So a lot of indecision is what that means. A lot of volatility. A lot of we don't know what the hell's going on is what the market's saying. Visually, that's what the market's saying. But yeah, that's what we're seeing. So there's your little short update if you missed it. But welcome if you're in the stream. Definitely drop a like I said. If you are a member of the channel, definitely check out the membership section. There is a bunch of new stuff in there for you. I made sure to come back with a punch. Come back with gifts. Big ass Hulk candle. I mean, it is, dude. Like, when I say parabolic, that's the kind of candle I mean. You should never see a day that almost sees 490 and 550 in the same session on SPY. Right? Tesla? Sure, we'll let that slide. Amazon? Sure, we'll let that slide. Nvidia? Why not? SPY, though? Again, and that should really show you how much volatility is in the market, how much indecision is in the market when you have a candle like that. Like, that should scream to you to just chill out for a couple days. Like I said, this is a great time for like longer term dollar cost average investing, like small opportunities here and there. Don't put all your chips in one place. Don't put all of them there now, especially because we could go down further. You might even get a better opportunity for long term investing. Short term options trading, this is definitely your kind of market, but you definitely got to take it with a grain. You can't sit here and just trade every day like I was explaining earlier. Today was a really good stream on talking about like pacing, though. I would definitely say I talked about pacing and kind of like being more disciplined and patient and how to do it and what to think about to enforce that, to reinforce those, ideas, to reinforce those pillars, I guess we could call them, us being more patient, us being more disciplined. What's up, Gold Creation? Good to see you, man. I like seeing all my OGs in here. And I can't believe we have over 30 people in here on a super undecided, unscheduled stream. I'm not surprised, though. I know my people. I know y'all are going to be looking at charts because you're all addicted. I know y'all can't help yourselves. I know when the market's closed, you're scratching out your wrist and stuff. I know you are. My chat can't help themselves. I could sit here and have a month straight of just talking about being disciplined and patient, and these people will just keep trading super hard. Or at least active enough to where they're aware of what the hell is going on in the market. But yeah, really cool, really cool. It's kind of nice having like a chat full of like mature traders, I would say. Most of you, at least. I think some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you are an exception. Some of you think you're full-time comedians. Fair enough, though. We need that. If the vibes aren't up, how can the market be up? Am I right? It's like we're in a church. God is good. It's like, am I right? SPY is good. Am I right? Who could he possibly be talking about? I don't know, dude. Definitely not you, Lag. It would definitely not be you. Tyler Farrell says, I have an April 28th, 523 put. April 28th, 523 put. Okay, that's not super stupid. I like that, actually. I'd like to think I'm mature, but I won't let it go. I actually like your trade idea. I don't know if I like the strike price is why I said that so hesitantly. But I think we should go down to 530 from here. But of course, that is just because of the theory that this is a resistance, and this is indecisive. So I'm kind of going with like 2.5 chips here. Putting it all on black. But no, it does look like we have some short-term downside ahead of us, but it just also looks too indecisive, and I think it really does connect to just not just the tariff news, but the price action of the tariff news and all that stuff. You could really see here, like, again, we almost saw a day touch 490 and 550 in the same day. That should never happen. And if it does, that just screams out to you how much volatility is truly in the market. And this is why contracts are a little pricier.
This is why movement is not as great these follow-up days. It's because it needs its footing. It's the same idea as if you run around a track. I use the same example all the time. If you run around a track for multiple hours at a time and you get really tired, what do you end up doing? You end up stopping running. You just chill. You take a break. You get a Gatorade. Right? That's what the market's doing right now. It's getting its Gatorade. It's trying to settle. It's trying to get its footing. But Tyler, I actually don't hate your trade idea. I actually like that. I like his play on words. He said, "I'd like to think I'm mature, but I won't let it go." That's definitely a good summary of the people in my chat. They're like, "No, I know I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna let it go. Damn it! I will accept this." Nah, I'm joking. My guys aren't that. I don't like that. Thank you again, Ko, for the gifted memberships. Thank you to anybody who is a member of the channel or the Discord, regardless of where or how you're in here. I don't care. I'm just glad you're here. If you guys have any questions, let me know, or any charts you want me to look at. Right now, we're just kind of looking at SPY. We've just been constantly talking about this because I feel like this is just on everyone's mind. There's a bunch of other cool-looking charts, too. I think Tesla is honestly one of the most impressive indecisive charts out of the entirety of the indecisive market right now. Just because of how much it's an inside bar. Like, yeah, these are also inside bars, but there's a little bit of movement, right? You go to the Tesla chart, there isn't even movement. So it's like a bomb waiting to blow. So I think you should be getting some really good movement on most of the Mag 7 very, very soon. We've had 4 days of, I'm not going to say not good movement because that would be bullshit. To say that these 2 days didn't move that much just because they didn't leave the range of this candle is bullshit. The low of this candle is 510. The high is 530. That is a huge amount of movement. The next day, let's just talk about the bulk of the candle. 523 basically. I even summed it up to 534. What's that? 11? That's a lot of movement in a day. Yesterday, did we get a lot of movement? 539, 544. Yeah, I'd say that's all right. That's an all right day. That's nothing crazy, but it's all right. That's good. What is today? This is the first real slowdown we've actually seen, right? And what is our rule with gapped up small body candles? I swear on every chart that goes down and reverses or that goes up and reverses, do you want to know what almost all the time is at the very top or very bottom of that, or either on the run down or run up away from it, or run up or run down away from the highs? Almost every single time you will have gapped up small body candles or gapped down small body candles. We've gotten a gapped up, decently small body candle. We got a slightly gapped up small body candle. It's really hard to even say gapped up because it is, but it isn't. Very small. Also very indecisive candle. So you could really just say this might be the first real slowdown candle we've actually seen since these highs, right? I think anybody will be like, yeah, we actually slowed down here in reverse, but we didn't really slow down, though. The pacing never really stopped. We were Usain Bolt from the highs all the way to here, all the way to here, all the way to here. We just now stopped being Usain Bolt. We just now stopped running at the speed of light, right? So Now, giving you guys all of that context, what kind of sessions or market days should we be seeing over the next couple of days? Now, I did just also say tomorrow could be a great day because of this, but outside of that, though, with all of that now, all that context, what kind of days should we be expecting moving forward until we do see it break up more? Until we have more consolidation, until we break trend a little bit, until something else happens, what can we expect? A lot more smaller sessions. We can expect a lot more days like this until IV cools off, until the market gets its footing, right? Until we get another breakaway move, we're not going to see that change. So I just wanted to point that out because it could be a little weird because you have this interchanging color of red, green, green, red, red, green, red, green, green, red, green, red. You know, it's like, are we going up or down? Like you almost can't tell if there is a trend here yet, but there is still a downside trend here from the highs. No, it is not broken structure. Yes, we're holding good median. I would say we're holding good 50%, but we're just above those and we're at pretty good resistance now. So we're at a part of the market where
yes, we should be slowing down, and we haven't even done that yet. This is the first real slowdown day we've actually had is today. Of course, I decided to start streaming on this day. But this is the real first time we've actually slowed down. Does that make sense to everybody, though? Because I know it might feel like we slowed down at one point a week ago. It might have felt it like it the other day, maybe even yesterday. But today is really actually the first real day that this market has actually stopped trading crazy. So more settling is needed, more footing is needed. It's the same thing if you tripped and fell. You'd probably get up and you'd stumble and then you get your footing, get your balance, bam, you're good to go. Equilibrium's back in check. We're good to go. $40 viewers on the stream, almost 200 clicks on the stream. Unscheduled stream. You guys are actually the best. He said I broke the Matrix. Bro broke YouTube policy to gift himself. Oh, man. I hear a plane getting closer and closer and louder and louder. Is it coming to my window to hit me? What are the chances of a plane landing on you? What's the numbers behind that? You are the best bee. This is legit my favorite live market stream. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. You're my favorite Vanessa. I think you're the only Vanessa I know, but you're definitely beating all the others. When you're beating out all the other Vanessas and the other Vanessas don't even know it. I gotta hope those chances are very slim. LOL. Yeah, I would like to think so too. I always think about that though. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. You have like this like crazy thing that would definitely never happen, and yet you still think about it. I did that just now. Like sometimes, like you like hear a plane, you're like, man, what would I do if that tried to hit me, like hit my window or like hit like my room? Like what would I do? Like how would I barricade myself? Would I put myself up against the bed on the side on the ground? Would I fucking head to the window and hide under the window? Would I completely try to exit the room entirely? You know, I've just random thought. You know, survival instincts kicking in a little early before it happened. All I heard was "you're my favorite." You're my favorite Vanessa. That's what I said. More than it was last year, I'll tell you that. He ain't wrong about that one. Yeah, but maybe we shouldn't be talking about plane statistics in here. YouTube algorithm picks up that, and next thing you know, we're not on YouTube. I actually thought about when I heard about the helicopter crash in New York City, just like some crazy. You're like, man, what if that was me? What would I have done? Would I have perished, or would I have found my way out? Are you asking because you live near an airport? No, I don't live near an airport. There's a private like neighborhood near me that everybody has to own a plane to live in. I don't live in this neighborhood or near this neighborhood, but they're in vicinity to where you hear the planes like land or take off. Like you legit have to own a plane to live in this neighborhood because all their backyards are connected, and there's a huge ass runway that connect all their backyards. It's like I don't even know how many houses. It's a whole neighborhood though. It's crazy. There's also a neighborhood like that and near the coast that's like that, but with like water and boats. It's pretty cool. No, I'm south. I am west
of Houston, Texas. I was like, whoa, dude, what part of Houston am I in? I don't know what the hell I was about to say. What about you, Billy? Where are you from? You might actually be near, I don't know where Ocala is, or Ocala, however you pronounce that. But I have a few people in chat, like Sherman and Leland. They live in Florida now. Orlando. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't think you're near Leland at all then. I think you're closer to Sherman, but I don't really... I never remember where he is in Florida. I always just pick... Every Florida person is just South Florida to me. And then Leland's like North Florida. But I only remember that because he didn't change time zones. I'm in Tampa. Oh, there you go. Gold Creation's in Tampa. How far is Tampa from Orlando? Also, how cool is it to be a Florida football fan right now? You really could jump ship and be a Miami fan. You could jump ship and be a Buccaneers fan whenever you want. That must have been cool going from Tom Brady to a pretty successful Miami team. I mean, y'all's star player has like 60,000 kids. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Tyreek Hill for the one time. 2 hours. He'll be in Tampa in 3 weeks. Oh, there you go. Maddie's going to be in y'all's neighborhood. Oh, because of traffic. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you were going to say no way, but you brought it. He's like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then he remembered, like, oh, wait, never mind. Valid. Well, Sarasota and Tampa, but I hear traffic is ass. Yeah, I'm hearing from people from there right now that traffic is ass. Y'all sound like Texas. Y'all sound like Houston or like major cities in Texas. It's like you love being there, but it's like, damn, there's so many people here. Too many people, not enough room. Pickle King. Billy, I remember it when it was I missed those days. I drove through and wow, that was a busy state. It's funny because you'll go through our state and you'll take you a while. You go through our state and then you go through like 8 other states and you're like, what the hell just happened? It's easy to know when you're in Texas because you'll be in it for a while when you drive across it certain ways. Oh, yeah, Gold. You got to remember, Maddie's got a green thumb, man. He goes straight for, like, plants and stuff. I didn't know what he was talking about, but now I see. He went straight for, y'all grow a lot of pickles. Now, Maddie's a real one, dude. Here, let's see. Let's see if he's making this up, though. Maddie's probably not. I'm going to honestly take Maddie's word on this. Let's see. Oh. Well. I said pickles, not cucumbers. Oh, never mind. It looks like they are leading the board in both. Cucumbers and pickles. Guess who's second place? Guess who's second place, Maddie? Michigan. It's Florida and Michigan. That's crazy. Bro's going to Florida and he lives in Michigan. No, he really is like a legit green thumb, I could grow a dead plant kind of guy. He'll be all like humble and modest, be like, bro, it ain't that serious. I'm not that important, blah, 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 blah. But no, Maddie's pretty knowledgeable in that field. If there's one thing Maddie knows, it's how to grow things. You should tell him what you do, Maddie. He literally manages, like, I couldn't even tell you the number of vegetables and plants and shit. I mean, every other time he's talking about how he's, like, harvesting something or growing something or talking about something, it's like, what the hell?
Oh, it's the same guy. That's why. Oh, okay. What a legend. Texas has great Mexican and barbecue. You're damn right, Billy. You're damn right. You're welcome in my state any day. Don't pickles start as cucumbers? No, I think I'm stupid. I think that's why I was reading it like that. I didn't connect the dots till a little too late, Vanessa, okay? He has a farm here and there and gigantic. We opened in 2 weeks. Shit's hectic right now. Damn, that's pretty cool. Yeah, bro, Matty grinds, man. He doesn't just trade futures and options and invest in the stock market long term. This man has a legit, like, forefront in front of him. He's got a good career ahead of him. A legit green thumb. You know, not like one of those old grandmas that's like, I like to grow flowers and stuff. Like, no, this man grows like food that you and me could eat. I remember when I first talked to Matty, he was like, yeah, man, I grow a bunch of stuff. I was over here like, wait, what do you grow? But then I figured out. I'm over here like, bro's growing coca leaves and marijuana. That's it. Yeah, he's gonna survive. Like, you know, like all those movies, like there's like that crazy guy who's like got the bunker. I mean, I don't know if Matty has a bunker, so he might need to build that first. But he's got all the other stuff. You might need weapons. Do you got weapons, Matty? Therefore, wait, this is perfect. If the world comes to an end, we just all find Matty. We just all go to Michigan. He said, I love weapons. I'll take that as a yes. I like blunt objects and loud noises. I can't believe that we had that many people click on today's stream. I'm impressed. I didn't even tell a single soul I was going to do this. I didn't even tell myself I was going to do this. I said, surprise, asshole, you're live streaming. All right, well, that's our game plan. There we go. See, risk reward, guys. Always have that backup plan. Market goes to shit, grab puts. World goes to shit, go to Matty Clam's house. Matty Clams, Matty Ice. Damn it, I just called you the wrong Matty. Don't go to Matty Clams, go to Matty Ice. The Matty Clams might save you too. Facts, Matty. We family right now, BB member, and I'm a BB member. Yeah, just, you have to have the secret BB member code word when you get up to his door. And if you don't know it, we shoot on sight. We just hold up a sign that says PDCP, and if you can't tell me what that stands for, you're shot on sight. So, dear God, go through the videos so you understand what PDCP stands for. Yeah, PDCP. Dude, it would blow people's minds. They'd be like, what the hell are they saying? The world is ending and our password is something part of our strategy. No, that would actually be like an end of world cult at that point. Gotta love America. I'll be following now. Glad I found you. Nice to have you, Tyler. Honestly, I thought you were a Tyler we already had before, but glad to have you. Glad to have you in here. And I'll try to stream more. I've been kind of slacking, whatever you want to call it. The Discord is active as ever, though, regardless of me being here or not, so that's always cool. But I do want to stream a lot more. It's been kind of fun. But honestly, I'm kind of glad I took that break and had that motivation to make that playlist, because, like, y'all have no clue how much I've wanted to do that. Like, that whole, like, but I've never been smart enough to think about how I want to word it. And I don't think it took smarts. I think it just took, like, me finally just fucking trying to do it, and then me failing, and then, okay, let me fix this, let me fix that. Okay, now do it again. Oh, fuck that up. Okay, I'll fix that. Let me do it again. And then get it right. So I'm really happy I made that BB Theory playlist, because I've wanted to do that for the longest time, but I've never understood how to word everything I want. Because, like, and my strategy's all in my head, but it doesn't need to be in my head. It needs to be out there so we can, you know, actually, like, remember it. If I just say it's in my head and then we're, like, changing stuff all the time, it doesn't really mean anything.
but just like the understanding of things, like, oh, you're opening lower and the previous day was a red day, like that should tell you context. Like being able to understand the context behind what's trading in front of you, like using that to make better decisions and creating higher probability situations, and vice versa. Seeing situations in which it sucks and you're just better off avoiding it, you know, and also understanding pacing. We talked about pacing a lot in today's stream, which I probably should add that to the playlist too. But just understanding the volatility behind things. Like, even if you don't understand the numbers, the math, you don't have to. Just use your head. We just traded, like I did. I'm not that smart. I'm really not, right? We just had a day that traded from almost 490 to almost 550, right? So let's use our head for a second. So it's almost $60 of movement in a day. That instantly tells me the next day should almost 100% be an inside bar because of how large of a session that is and how indecisive the next session is most likely going to be, right? And that's a really easy example, but it's stuff like this for everything. There's something like that for everything. The theory behind everything, the understanding behind it, the higher probability versus lower probability, I don't know, the good versus evil, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, definitely not forgetting that. Oh, you better not. You better not. When I joined the community, I got shot for CD. I got shot for CDO. Just threw some picks and off topic. What's up, Mikey? What's going on, Mikey? My boy Mikey yesterday sent me a picture that I thought was super cool. I mean, you were sending it for proof, of course, but like course owner for over 2 years. Like it broke my brain for a second because I was like, wow, the courses have really been out like for like 3 years or more now. It's really old now. But it's funny, it's like it's the same shit we're still using. Hasn't changed nothing. If anything, we've added understanding behind it all. I would maybe add that. But nothing else. Why can't I find... Oh, here's off topic. Holy crap. Miker actually took his rant into off topic? Okay, I always give him shit, but I'm actually happy he took this in here. Growing shit shows happy dog. Wow, that is a lot bigger than I was expecting, Maddie. I'm not even gonna lie. That is a hell of a lot bigger than I thought. Here, I'll show this on stream. Alright, nobody be weird. This is his grow house where he... So, under these panels is the actual, like, grow house. Like, these are all fake plants and stuff. The coca leaves, the marijuana, it's all under these floorboards here. It looks like it's just set down floor, but it's not. There's rooms under that. No doubt. Dude, this hangover hose is crazy. I bet that's super convenient. Oh, I see a couple of them, actually. Dude, I can smell this room. It smells like life. Look, you know how, like, calculated he is? Look at all, like, the spots of the water. It's from, like, dropping overhead, I'm sure. But look how they're almost like the exact same pattern. It's like a heart, a heart, a heart, a heart, a heart, a heart. These things are getting, like, the exact same amount of water. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. It had to take a second. Dude, this is crazy. That is deep. Damn, dude. To think one of the most unanimous drug dealers in the world would be in my Discord chat, man. We're such a lucky group of people. Only one of 2 greenhouses? Oh, now he's telling us there's multiple locations. Other ones getting set up for retail. You're just like Matthew McConaughey in The Gentleman. You are literally Matthew McConaughey. He has like the grow houses in all the rich people's backyards and stuff and storage units under their houses and shit. No, you're definitely Matthew McConaughey. I'm kidding, of course. He doesn't actually grow drugs. Drode grugs is what I almost said. That's hella observant of you. I'm not an op, I swear. I've just seen Breaking Bad, so definitely that dog is lucky. I'll post pics next week when that one's ready. Yeah, let us know, dude. Let us know. I would love to see more pics of that, seriously. I always like when you guys share stuff that's like going on in your life, because it's like, we don't have to just talk about trading all the time. Be a little boring. But yeah, now we know. Do you guys ever need tips on a green thumb, hit up Maddie. We have less than 30 minutes in the market, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and post the polls message in the chat, so go ahead and vote. Let us know how your day was. Green, red, didn't trade, stuff like that. It's just a click of a button. Telling me I've had my headset on this whole time and it's not even on. All right, I'm gonna go to a single chart here, Dr. J. I'm gonna go to this chart, less is less. I'm gonna see exactly what you just said. So he said, and this is what I want all of you to do, honestly. Like, anytime somebody in chat's mentioning stuff, like, you can literally set up another drawing set. And I know you can do this on TradingView, so don't even give me that shit. But you can literally go to this and draw exactly what he said. And just backtest. What did he say? So he said, Jesus, why is my chart all going crazy? Just went all schizophrenic on me. 539.07. So he said previous day control point and previous day close on SPY are good resistance this afternoon, which I think those are basically the same level today. No, but they're close enough. And he said this is a good resistance this afternoon. And you guys can see too, it's really insane trend right here. We actually hold it, nothing but lower highs under this little resistance here. And we're just kind of stuck between like the highs of the previous day and the middle of yesterday. And then we get that breakdown, multiple rejections, and you can see kind of lines up with our larger time frame analysis that we've been going over. We've been talking about, you know, the more rejection we see here on the 540s, the more we do anticipate seeing the 530s being tested. And that might be an end of week move for all we know. Could be something that happens in the first 30 minutes tomorrow morning. We all know how that goes. But that's crazy, though. Good mention, Dr. J. We'll ship cacti. Ship it so people like me can't kill it. That's why people that don't have green thumbs should have, what are those stupid plants? Aloe vera. Because, like, any idiot could have an aloe vera plant. Me included. Me in that crowd. Jump roping them all day. Yes, sir. I'm glad y'all are mentioning those levels, because that's like, it really is that simple sometimes. And I'm telling you, man, when you feel like that you don't know what's going on in the market, like, that's when you should have less levels on your screen. Make more sense of it by having less. Don't have more info and make it more noisy. Support in second part of the day, resistance in the third. Don't forget market close this Friday, 4/18. Oh, yeah, Mikey. I'm actually glad you reminded me. Someone said that earlier, too. Yeah, markets closed Friday. I was reminding everybody, don't blow your funds on Thursday. Your funds will not settle till overnight, which will not be till Monday. So, you might not even have all your money Monday if you trade all of your money Thursday. I don't know. I've seen people kill those overwatering. Oh, yeah, you can actually do that. I remember I almost did that. I remember this super old lady was helping me. It was one of my like friend's wives, and it was like a coworker. He's a lot older than me, and he was like, yeah, man, you gotta make sure you're watering that thing. So I didn't even think about killing it with too much water. And this was a couple years ago, or not a couple. It's probably way more than a couple years ago now, actually. And yeah, they do turn red. They like start to turn colors, and I stopped, so I saved it, but I definitely was on the verge of killing that plant. But I swear I just wanted it to drink. I just wanted my boy to drink. But then I figured out my boy doesn't need to drink that much. My boy Aloe doesn't need that much water like I do. It'd be like a drop here and there is all he needed. Like a large drop. Didn't even need that much. But I remember she told me that, and I was like, wait, what? I was mad confused, because I was like a little sad for a second, because I was like, damn, did I just kill my plant? I named him and everything. I even gave him a gender. He was a him. I didn't even see if it was a not him or not. It was just a him. Look at us talking about genders on YouTube. We're definitely getting taken down. Any questions on the overall market direction for near term? Do we all understand what we're expecting here? We all understand that? I just don't want anybody to be like, yeah, man, I'm sitting in a bunch of calls right now. Or like, yo, I'm looking to do this or that. Like, does everything we've gone over make sense so far? Wait, that's the only way to know if it's a chick or not? Fuck, I gotta remember now. Did it have thorns or pricks? What the hell is the difference? I sat here for a second, I was like, picturing thorns, and then I pictured the other one. I was like, wait, they're the same. This asshole. Wait, you got me actually curious now. I'm going to chat GPT. How to tell if an aloe vera is a male or female. No, they don't have distinct male or female sexes. What? They're hermaphrodites. It's like the first time I probably ever used that word correctly. This character usually classifies them as I can't say that word. Plants, where a single plant bears both types of reproductive structures. Damn, so you're telling me aloe vera plants are just them? Some misconceptions exist regarding the sex of aloe vera plants. For instance, I can't read. Certain varieties like aloe vera, which produce numerous offshoots or pups, often sometimes referred as female due to their prolific propagation, conversely larger communities. In summary, aloe vera plants possess both male and female reproductive organs within each flower, negating the concept of separate male or female plants. Oh, my bad. Aloe vera plants just live in the future. Shit, my bad. Gender's just an ideology to them. Shit, my bad. My bad. I didn't realize aloe vera was like just way ahead of all of us. My attempt at humor. No, you got me because I legit thought that was funny. I just Googled and it really is different. Wait, pricks versus thorns are a real thing? Alright, we're getting too deep down the rabbit hole now. I'm supposed to be discussing stock market. We're over here talking about what's the difference between thorns and pricks. And if aloe vera plants are in the future or not. Which they kind of are. They use less water and they don't even care about gender. Are aloe vera plants the goat? Question mark. I know Matty Ice is cracking up at this because I don't know a single thing of what I'm talking about. Yeah, Matty, I can farm too, bro. I had a Farmville account on Facebook, bro. I could do anything you can do, dude. I checked on my animals and plants every day for like 3 years, dude. Bro, everybody had Farmville. Dude, I've grown wheat in Minecraft. I know what you do for a living, dude. Relax. It's not even that crazy. Botanist. Yeah, whatever, dude. I can literally grow apples on a tree in a Minecraft game, dude. Literally get wrecked. Nah, for real though, Maddie. Definitely send those pictures whenever that other greenhouse is set up or whatever in Florida. Bro's visiting the pickle convention and cucumber convention in Florida. All right, Maddie, I'm done. I'm sorry. Have I seen the zombie chicken theater craziness? What? Oh, wait. Are you mentioning the Minecraft movie? No, I have not seen it. I've not seen the craziness around it. I've not seen the drama around it. I've not paid attention, to be honest. But I did see that a Minecraft movie was coming out and that it came out. But I didn't see or look or anything else. I did see one small clip, actually. I'll take that back. I lied. I did see one small clip, and they showed the villagers, and I was instantly horrified, not gonna lie. There's a video of someone setting off fireworks. What? Wait, are people actually crashing out at the Minecraft movie? I'm not internet woke anymore. I need awareness from you guys. Wait, what the hell? So let me get this straight. And this shows how cultured I am. We treat Despicable Me like fine dining, and everyone was like posting videos of them like wearing suits to that damn movie. But when this shit comes out, we're treating it like it's fucking Jackass 5? What? Make that make sense to me. Are those not the same level of movies? Or like energy, you know? It's like, what? Damn, I didn't know it was like that. Here, I'll look it up. I didn't know we were crashing out a Minecraft movie. I honestly haven't been paying attention. I won't lie, the villagers, though, if you just look up the villagers and what they look like from the movie, it did look a little creepy. There's one where someone is ODing as someone is screaming chicken jockey as he's being seen by paramedics. What the fuck? What? ODing, and in the background someone's screaming chicken jockey while the paramedics are there. That is insane. That's fucked up, man. Yo, link me that. I gotta see that. Oh, my bad. No, not New Low of Day, but very close. What is y'all's favorite time frame to put on when you don't care about like trading? You're just kind of like watching a time frame to watch it. You guys really like the 15 or the 10 or the 30, or I know some people that really like the hourly. I really like this 15. I won't lie. Like whenever you're not trying to trade, you're just kind of like actively watching trend, or maybe you're in a trade, you don't care about exiting anytime soon. You're just focused on the chart. It's kind of nice to have like a lazier, slower time frame to watch. I don't know why I said lazy. It isn't lazy. It's just you can be lazier. Dr. J said 1 sec. 15-minute for show. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely gravitated towards 15 every time I've tried not to. I remember I tried to adopt the 10-minute. I thought that was great, and then I slowly got just like, it's not really that great. And then I go to the 15 every time. I kept gravitating towards it. And then React would mention it a bunch too. But the 15 is definitely really nice. The 30 is kind of a vibe, I won't lie. A good, chill, laid-back time frame to just kind of put up and sit back. The 30, that's not bad. 65, I've heard that a lot too. Early day 5-minute, 10 to 15-minute later day. Yeah, that's what I do, Doctor. That's kind of what I meant too. Like early day, I'm probably not looking at the 15-minute. Excuse me, I just hiccuped. What was I saying? Oh, and then like you said, the second half of the day, or like going into the like basically after that first phase of the day, when 10:30 rolls around, I probably have at least one of my time frames up at least the 15-minute, just to kind of let me see that bigger picture, because it could be so easy to forget it. What's up, Keanu? How you doing, man? Good to see you, as always. 65. Yo, well, 65's got like a science behind it. I don't remember the rules behind it, but I remember Jake Woodjacksticka. I don't remember how to say his last name. That guy made it honestly super popular when he was the Trend Spider guy. I swear to God, if anybody else tried to take credit for the 65-minute too, I will be flabbergasted. Because I didn't see a human being in existence talk about that time frame until that man. There you go, because that's the reason. Even candles for the day. There you go. Because you know when you have like certain time frames on, an extra candle kind of rolls over into the next day, but it's just split up between the sessions because the amount of time in it. No, I made it. Yeah, I know. I know you're gonna joke about it. But even when we were guppies and Jake was as big as he was, like that, and he was on Trend Spider, like I remember that was the only. I remember I saw that and I was like, well, that's goofy. And then I investigated and I saw exactly why, and it was like, oh, never mind, that makes sense. 65 sounds goofy, but it's actually not. Just for anybody who's never heard that before. It is actually a legit time frame. That's what you used to. I can't remember who I said first, but Jake. Yeah, they probably got it from Jake. I'm not joking. Everybody on the internet got it from Jake. And in the English-speaking world, they got it from Jake. Because he was just Jake from Trend Spider. And everybody knew who that was. Every soul in existence, everybody in trading knew who that was. I mean, you'd have to not have internet access to not know who that was when you were while trading. You know, looking at all that stuff on social media. Is like he was the biggest and still is. But I remember I looked at that and I was like, that's goofy. And then I investigated. I was like, oh, never mind. That actually is smart. I never realized it. I feel like it's also a cool tip, too, for people who are OCD like me. I don't use it, but I'm sure if you're OCD, you could easily use that and be like, oh, it makes sense. Nice. And it clicks and it feels good because it actually makes sense. It's not nice to trade with things that don't make sense. I just don't see the point of charging more. There's no point. I don't need to do all that. I'm just glad to have a group that's this strong, ethically, morally, the structure of everything. I mean, even our most volatile member in all of chat, Miker, I mean, even he tries his best, you know? I love him. But even he made progress. We got to give him his props. He actually took a large conversation into off topic. So even our most volatile trader in chat can make progression. So I don't want to hear anything about I can't grow, I can't progress, this or that. Like, I don't want to hear that. Everybody can do it, even if it's the smallest of steps. Back to a few weeks ago, I did end up getting some Dish shares at like 83.50. I was sad at 90 because I didn't get any. Oh, dude, look at you. Now you're balling. I won't lie, there's a lot of stuff that's at a price that you could probably buy now. And yes, there might be more lows made, but you'd be buying it at a price. This is why I say DCA. You should never be jumping into this. And let's say you have 10,000 to spend. You shouldn't just throw 10,000 at 85.15. You should put a small amount on this, like 1,000, and then slowly add to that over time, because you don't know that this isn't going to get worse. Like, none of us do. It could definitely get worse. Tariffs could be paused, then unpause and get worse. Negotiations could fall. We saw this during the first China trade war. I can't tell you how many times I sat here and streamed and told everybody, tariff this, tariff that, negotiations this, gotta wait for China, gotta wait for Trump, gotta wait for China. Because it wasn't even like anyone was winning. The market was losing. The market was getting beaten up, battered, bruised, anything you could think of. And it was just because of this indecision of the future, right? And that's all the stock market is. It's just a future-looking indicator, right? These are prices not for April 15th, 2025. These are prices for August, September of this year, maybe even later on, for all I know. That's another thing you got to keep in mind too, is foresight. Like, this is not for April. This is not market's expectations for April. This is market expectations for a whole quarter out from now, from 2 quarters out from now. But good to think about too, because if we do go lower, that's only more good opportunity for a lot of us who do like to buy long-term shares of different things. We've already expressed our opinions behind XYZ, PayPal, DDD. Of course, the Mag 7. I don't think you could ever go wrong buying any major tech stocks. It's just, like I said, don't put all your chips in one spot all at once. Spread them out over time. Slowly gather. And don't let these small numbers piss you off. Don't be like, oh, I only have 10 shares of Tesla. It's like, what? Are you complaining that you're only invested with 10 shares? Like, bro, you've only been here for a couple of years. Give yourself some time, man. Not every year is an opportunity year. Not every year is a year where we're going to just get market opportunity where it actually goes down a little. Like, it's going to be hard to buy on markets that's just straight going up. So definitely don't be complaining about buying during a market that's not going up. That's the best time to be buying. But again, don't jump with everything all at once. Too many people misconstrue that, and they think, like, not even just me, but with everybody on the internet, they'll think, oh, they're saying buy or sell this. They're thinking buy or sell all at once. You know, make your decision here now for the future and forever to go. You know, it's like, dude, you can do partial investments. On Groupon. Yeah, we can look at Groupon. Only because you're the best Vanessa in here. I went to the weekly first because this is crazy. Maybe I do need to go to the monthly. What has Groupon been doing, Vanessa? I've not been paying attention. The company anticipates flat to 2% revenue growth in 2025, contrary to, and they're actually like realistic. That's crazy. Groupon stock closed at 18.94, marking 50%. CEO appointment. In May of 2024, the interim CEO was appointed as the permanent CEO. That was last year. Financing transaction in late 2024, Groupon completed a $197 million financing transaction through the issuance of 2027 notes. The proceeds are intended for general corporate purposes. Class action settlement. Blah, blah, blah. Huh. Alright, so nothing super big change since last year. I just had to make sure I didn't miss anything big. I'm honestly just impressed because it looks like the company did a good job restructuring, and then the chart looks like it's doing a good job restructuring. I mean, investor-wise, this looks beautiful. I would definitely want to be a buyer between 10 and 15. And that's another thing you got to set for yourself are like restrictions. Like, where would you buy? Where would you not? Where would you feel best buying and actually? Because you got to remember, you don't want to just buy because you want to buy a cheap price. You want to buy at a cheap price or a good quality price because you also need to have the strength to hold. If you buy a shitty price that you're not really decisive on, you're going to be indecisive when holding that position. But if you're a little bit more sure about something, you'll know how to act against it or with it. You know, whatever happens. Yeah, definitely dig into the fundamentals. Let me know. I'll try to do the same. Let me write this down, actually. So I remember to do it. That is an interesting chart, though. I instantly go out to the monthly and weekly because I saw that on the daily it was basically at new highs and I couldn't see much to the left here. So I just needed to see, like, context. Where the hell am I? Definitely important right here because not only is this where we fell and kind of stopped at, it's also where we went back up to and stopped at. So 20s seem to be a pretty big ceiling right now for that one. You're talking about like long-term investing, right? Not like you're trying to buy like an options play on this. Man, it'd definitely be good to be a buyer closer to 15. Or 12 even. I only say that because the positioning. Like if this is its current range, like if this is a rejection, you don't want to be a buyer that's right here and then it dumps down to 12 or 14 or that's why I said 15 because I feel like 15 is a realistic number to say. This is like an in-between confidence and then down here you'd probably have way more confidence. Because again, like I said, you don't want to just buy shares at good prices because you want to be profitable. Like, yeah, that is the main reason. But another really big reason that a lot of people don't think about is resilience. You want to be able to get into a position that you can actually hold with certainty. Not, I'm getting in this and I hope it does this. You know, that's like blind faith. But yeah, just positioning in the range, though, is why I say that. Yeah, exactly what you just said. Saying like 10, that's just like unrealistic. You're probably not going to get a perfect buy at 10. You're not going to be we're not going to be human enough or robotic enough, I should say, to buy at 10 perfectly. Ideally, you'd want to buy somewhere around here. But I'd also pay attention to Vanessa to see what happens here, because that's not to say this can't just break through. I could be completely wrong and it does break out, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong for not wanting to buy here. Does that make sense? It's, again, positioning, like I said, resiliency and holding your position. Awesome. And good bring up. I'm actually kind of excited to see what the hell this company's doing. Because they're doing something right. To be doing this kind of movement on this kind of year, too, is pretty impressive. This has to be doing with, like, the whole... I mean, I know Groupon is, like, coupon stuff, but, like, if you look at Walmart, if you look at Costco, if you look at that whole, like, industry, that sector, like, they've all done pretty well. And this kind of reminds me of that movement. If anything, this actually looks better than that movement. The rest of the market's been literally, like, feeling like crap. Groupon? Nah. That's impressive. Honestly, the thing is, they're probably just really well positioned against things like tariffs and inflation. Like, people are probably looking to companies like this to ease their struggles. So this is probably a perfect type of company to be looking at during all this. Now, a little easy to say that now because it's jumped up so much, but, I mean, just look at the price action. Every other chart does not look like this. A Bueller lifetime deal off of Groupon. Imagine. Yeah, Groupon really said, fuck your... Yeah, they really did. Yo, guys, the market's closed. I didn't even realize. Did not even know. My bad, Andrew. I forgot I'm supposed to call you independently every time I stream. No, you're good though. I didn't schedule this or anything. I just randomly started it and see who would join. Did good though. Over 250 clicks on today's stream. We had almost 50 people in here at the peak. Almost 40 likes on today's stream. Seriously, guys, thank you. Kevo gifted 5 memberships. That was insanely cool. I mean, honestly, this was a pretty banger stream. The first hour and a half, I would definitely review if any of you guys missed it. We talked a lot about pacing. Later on, I mean, honestly, all across the stream, but definitely later on in the stream, we also break down what is the next game plan for the market. You know, what are we expecting to happen end of this week? You know, what is our end of week target here? And we've discussed all that. We've discussed possibly getting down to here 530s is the higher probability situation. If we get a higher opener and any invalidations over 540, 541 area, there is that good chance that we need to test this and, of course, the top of that big green Hulk candle. So that'll also be there. And, of course, we have our outside levels beyond that. But that is the main gist of the game plan. Thank you guys again. Hey, thank you, Andrew. Member for 6 months. You're a legend. Now, if we could get Bueller to stream for 6 months. Okay. All right, guys. See you guys later on. Thank you guys again for the insanely supportive stream. Go into the Discord. Vote in the polls channel. Let me know what you guys are doing. Post your charts. Post your reviews. Post all that good stuff. I will see you later on. And I'll see if I'm streaming tomorrow. I should be. But yeah. Glad to have talked to you guys again. And get in the Discord. Say hi. All that good stuff. And I'll see you later on. Have a great rest of your day.